to Nasty Knuckles, the Hockey Outlaws podcast, with your hosts, Derek Nasty Settlemyre and former Philadelphia Flyer enforcer Riley Cote, as they go behind the scenes with your favorite NHL players. This week's guest is one of the baddest dudes in professional hockey with more than 4,000 penalty minutes, Pete Vandermeer. Time to face off.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Nasty Knuckles. What is happening, Nast?
What's up, Briggs? I got a question for you, brother. You know what's going on outside?
The flowers are blooming.
They're
The
blooming.
grass is growing, and it's time to chop the weeds. You know all about that, Nast.
Oh, chopping them daily.
Thanks to our sponsor, Manscaped, you can trim your holes safely and efficiently. I'm talking about ball trimmers. Manscaped, the global leaders in men's below-the-waist grooming, have an exclusive offer for our audience. Use code KNUCKLES to get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. Join the other 2 million men who trust Manscaped. They are here to make sure you are trimmed and smelling nice. After all, it's time for some spring cleaning, Nast.
Got us clean when it's spring, baby.
All day. Spring has sprung, and Manscaped has the best tools to get you ready. Nasty, are you ready for the springtime?
Oh, my God. I'm ready for the springtime, and I'm sprung as well.
Oh, beautiful. And no cuts. So that's a beautiful thing.
That's right.
Manscaped are the global leaders in men's below-the-waist grooming and have forever changed the grooming game with their amazing products. They are here to help you with your above-the-waist holes, too. Have you heard of their Weed Whacker? This nose and ear hair trimmer provides proprietary skin-safe technology, which helps prevent nicks, snags, and tugs in those delicate holes.
Timmy Parr. Jeez.
Timmy P. No more gross nose hairs flying in the wind. The Crop Preserver is an anti-chafing ball deodorant and moisturizer. It's starting to get hot outside, and this is crucial so your balls stop sticking to your leg. That's a problem.
It's the legit worst. That's the legit worst.
It is the worst. You'll also find the Crop Reviver spray-on toner for your balls, which will keep you smelling fresh down there, just like spring flowers. And you love spring flowers.
I do, Riggs. I do.
Smell good, feel good this spring. Get 20% off and free shipping with code KNUCKLES at manscaped.com. Do yourself a favor and always use the right tools for the job. Get 20% off and free shipping with code KNUCKLES at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping with code KNUCKLES at manscaped.com. It's spring cleaning, baby, and your balls will thank you.
They will definitely thank you.
Oh, you know it. You got to take care.
Oh, you have to.
The jewels.
You got to do it. I mean, it's just a daily thing. I really believe that.
You and me both.
It's important.
So what's going on in your world?
Oh, man. You know, I got to tell you, Riggs, had a pretty good weekend. Came off of two championship weekends. Played with the boys from PMG. They threw me on their team. I guess they felt bad for me. We ended up winning that tournament in Delaware, down in your neck of the woods. And then old Natty Ice came through for our third win in a row against our buddies, the Devils. And it was a really good game, 2-1. They had spanked us the week before. It was just a good game, and they're good guys. And it was close. And I had one guy actually say to me, and I know who it was, Kaminsky, not senior Kaminsky, but junior, where there was a time where one of my buddies, J.R. Weed, he's going to a stick and he literally jumps like a soccer player, like jumps. And the guy calls it. And I'm really good buddies with JR, and I'm just giving it to him. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like blah, blah, blah. And the period ends. And so I'm kind of chirping with JR. We're going back and forth, and we know each other really well. So we're laughing about it. And I just hear one of their guys go, Well, one guy's like, shut up. Like, and I'm kidding, but I was acting serious.
Serious.
Yeah. But no, I was bust because me and JR are buddies and,
Sure.
and he's one of the coaches of Elvis's team. And anyway, Kaminsky was lift some weight, Settlemyre. And I'm like, fuck. And my whole team's laughing. I started laughing because of makeup. I'm like, okay, shit. Yeah, you got me there. I weigh $155. My bad.
Tell me you're 50 years old and you're
yeah. 50.
Oh, 40.
Yeah, no, they know I'm 50. It's 40 and over, but it was a good weekend anyway, man. It was awesome. I appreciate you asking. Man. How about you, man? I saw a little bit of your weekend, a little couple birthday parties with a little roller skating
birthday party.
I loved it.
Flashbacks of my my early teens.
Yeah, I loved the brown
ride going.
rental. The brown Reynolds with the orange wheels. Oh boy, those were cute. My favorite was the Merce.
Oh, you gotta have it, man. You gotta.
I actually bought one. I can't even make fun of you because I have one now.
Man, it's the best thing I've ever bought. I swear to God. Does
yours charge your phone?
No, it doesn't.
I've got a charger in it.
Really?
Yeah, I swear to God.
Mine. But yeah, it's been one of the best investments, honestly, as far as keeping my shit in order. And organized, and I'll never go back without it. So everything is in one place, attached to me, close to my chest.
It's attached.
It's attached.
I hope that video doesn't get out. Gosh, man.
You better not release that bad boy. You're up to
try not to. Sure. All right, listen, I'm not in charge of video stuff, so.
All right. Well, before we hop into the episode here, let's talk about the Tom Wilson hit, which we talk about with Pete Vandermeer. And the ghost hit, or the ghost cross check / boarding that he's being reviewed for. And, first on the Tom Wilson, I mean, we talk about it. I mean, the exact reason why you carry toughness in your lineup is so that shit doesn't happen. He took advantage, and, unfortunately it was dirty, right? I mean, it was dirty.
Yeah.
And,
I think so.
And he is skating around like he's King Kong. And he landed up hurting star player, which wouldn't have happened had they had anybody on the ice in the lineup to address that. And the very reason why toughness is always actually part of the game.
We talked about this a little bit with Pete Vandermeer. I don't like chiming in too much on things like that because I didn't play the game like you guys did. But from being on a bench for 26 years, and I would take Tom Wilson on my team
all day,
any day of the week. The guy can play, he can skate, he's tough, one of the toughest guys in the league by far. I just felt like I wasn't even the thing with Buchnevich on the ground, a couple little cheap shots, but nothing crazy.
Yeah, just a little.
But to pick, Panarin came in there, in my opinion, watching it 20 times. He comes in. I think he's just trying to separate. Everybody always
he's not
comes
trying
in.
to fight.
He's definitely not trying to fight. And you can say what you want. I love the physical part of the game. You know that. I think we've talked about it a million times, but I just feel like him literally picking the guy up and slamming him to the ice. Chris Versteeg said yesterday, he's 2 inches away from landing head first, and that was a powerful slam.
Yeah.
His head hits the ice, boys. You'd be in trouble here. Something really bad could have happened. It didn't, thank goodness. But I just thought that he went a little too far there. I feel like he could embarrass Panarin. He could have ragdoll him. He could have ragdolled him. But to pick him up,
put down a guy without hurting
exactly. That's all I was saying. I think I had a few people chirping at me saying, "Oh, you're soft," and I'm like, "Well, I didn't play. I am soft." But watching you guys and knowing the code too a little bit.
It's respect,
exactly.
It's respect. That's exactly what having another tough guy breeds is. That kind of stuff doesn't happen, right?
Right. That's it. You're right.
It shouldn't, but I mean, it's a respect thing, and it's nothing more than that. You could have proved your point, like you said, with ragdoll him, throw him down without having to pile drive him into the ice and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. He's taking a lot of heat. The Rangers put out that statement. I think they missed the mark on as far as the suspension or the lack of and the fine as a repeat offender. It's just like one of those things. Like if you're gonna set the stage and address headshots and and this whole this whole let's say discipline issue. I mean, you got to do it right. And then the ghost thing happens. I mean, yeah, ghost. It was a cheap cross check. After the fact, after a goal. I say cross check is more, basically pushed him in a vulnerable situation. I didn't think it was much, but they were going pretty fast. There was a foot race there, and there's obviously a lot of emotion. He's pissed off and whatnot, but unnecessary. We could really hurt somebody in that situation, but we'll be interesting to see what he gets. I don't think they have announced that yet, but
no, I don't think so.
No, two totally different plays, but if we're trying to keep our guys safe, there has to be some consistency with the verdict. So we'll see how that goes, but not that the Rangers system has any toughness in their, on their team or in their organization, but I mean, what do you do? I mean, how do you respond to that?
Do you think Tom lost any sleep last night?
Not at all. He's loving it. He's loving it.
He's welcoming it. I mean, what like you said,
the league is looking at him to sign him whenever his contract's up and saying, we want this guy, and he's going to probably triple his pay from this past contract. So obviously we'd love him on his team, on any team. He's the modern day heavyweight champion. I mean,
that scores
Ryan Reeves.
Goals.
Could score. Yeah, goals. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Reeves and maybe Chara could probably, deal with them. Lucic, maybe a couple others, but
McDermott and
LA. Exactly. There's a few guys, but at the end of the day, he runs around like he's King Kong. No one's going to do anything. He crossed the line, but no one did anything. He got a $5,000 fine, which is laughable. He's laughing all day. And it is what it is. But, I think that just, for all the anti-fighters and all that crew there, I mean, that this is exactly why a team would carry some toughness, is to neutralize that at the very least and have someone to respond. But
right.
Here you got a guy injured and a guy with a $5,000 fine. So he's laughing.
Yeah, he is. I don't think he's too worried about tonight's game.
No, not at all. Not at all. I did see George LaRock put a tweet out there saying to the Caps, at Caps hashtag or whatever, and sign me to a one game contract.
Did he say that?
Yeah, oh yeah.
How are you feeling? You feel like you could maybe get in there, mix it up a little bit?
I could definitely get in there. I'm not really in fighting shape. I'm 185 pounds. I'll probably get my ass whooped. It would be. You gotta get some big ass guy in there to just.
You might be real fast though. You might be faster.
Be faster. It'd be more efficient, but
yeah.
Have to do more training before that.
I wouldn't want to be the guy going to talk to him. I know that. No. Or anybody for that matter, but so
what about your boy there, Moose?
Yeah, man. Big congratulations to Brian Elliott, man. 500 game played, and it sucks that it went the way it did. I was hoping, obviously, you want the Flyers to win every game, but really was hoping they could find a way to win last night for him. But what a guy, man. Like, we hit it off the day he got here, and been close with him ever since. I just, it's a big accomplishment, man. And he's been a really good player for the Flyers, man. I don't think there's anyone can argue that. He's stepped in every time he's been asked, and last 2 to 3 years, he's had good years. He had another good year this year. They had a tough night last night, but I just want to congratulate him from Nasty Knuckles, me and Riley.
Yeah.
Congratulating the Moose, 500.
That's a lot of games for a tender.
Is, man. It sure is, man. And he's a true professional, and the thing about him is, obviously we don't know what the Flyers going to do. I don't get paid to do that, but I would try to bring him back for another year with Carter, because it's nice when you have goalies that actually are buddies and get along. He's a mentor for Carter. 100%. Obviously he's a bit older, but he's always telling Carter the right things to do. And not that Carter does any wrong things, but it's just nice to have a guy that it's not like, I'm better than this kid. Right, yeah, exactly. Like he helps Carter, and Carter supports him, and it's a good mix there. But anyway, congratulations, Moose. We love you, man. Yeah, Riles, on a sad note though, a couple things just real quick. Just send our condolences out to TJ Oshie and his family. Yeah, his dad battled for a while there. Coach Oshie, as TJ calls him, and you could see when they won the cup there how special it was. Yeah, he had said, he doesn't remember everything these days, but he knows what's going on here. And I watched that yesterday. You get tears in your eyes just watching it. And so condolences to him, and also to my good friends, the Stevens family. They lost William T. Stevens, who was he founded Howie Steel, not Howie Steel, but their business, LJ Stevens Son Incorporated. Just wanted to send our condolences to them as well. He lived 93 years, man. It's a good run.
Yeah,
So
no doubt.
he's a great man, and he started that business, and that's where we get the Howie Steel. So God bless all of them.
Yeah, prayers go to their families.
All right, knuckleheads, this week's episode is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. The hits literally keep on coming from one boxing event to the next. They grow in excitement and anticipation. And this weekend is no different, with two of the sport's most respected fighters stepping into the ring Saturday night. There is no better place to get in all of the action than with DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. For this weekend's fight, DraftKings is offering all new users a shot at turning $1 into $55. That's 55, Nick Schultz number, baby.
Oh, yeah, 55.
55, I'm alive. To celebrate this weekend's huge event, DraftKings Sportsbook is offering new users the opportunity to get 55-1 odds on either main event fighter to win this weekend's fight. That's bet $1, and if the fighter of your choice wins, you cash 55 buckaroos, baby. Plus, with basketball and hockey playoffs right around the corner, DraftKings Sportsbook has even more ways for you to make it rain. DraftKings Sportsbook is safe, secure, and reliable, meaning you can deposit and withdraw your funds at your convenience. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code KNUCKLES when you sign up. For a limited time, all new users can bet $1 to win $55 on this weekend's main event. That's right, DraftKings Sportsbook is going all out for new users by offering them the chance to win $55 when placing a bet of $1 on this weekend's big fight. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older, Pennsylvania only, new customers only, restrictions apply. In partnership with Meadows Racetrack and Casino, see DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Go get some.
Boom.
Welcome back to another episode of Nasty Knuckles. I'm Riley Cote.
I'm Derek Settlemyre, and this week we are pleased to have our good friend, one of the toughest men, and I will quote Craig Berube, the toughest guy I ever played with, Pistol Pete Vandermeer. What's up, brother?
Wow, fuck, that is amazing. That kind of words from Chief.
It sure awesome. Did.
Great to see you guys. Jeez, it's been way too long. This is awesome. Thank you very much for having me.
Oh man, it's our pleasure, buddy. Trust me. We've had you written down. We just had to track you down. You're a busy man.
Yeah, we're on the go here. We got 4 kids on the go here, another one down in Philly. And yeah, we're just got a little firewood company that we started up here a few years ago, and we're flat out, like absolutely crazy busy and running with kids, with hockey, with ball, with everything. So yeah, we got from 14 years old down to 9 years old here at the house. And we're just
you're in the thick of it.
Oh yeah.
I heard you're dusting it up in some senior leagues there too. Is that any truth to that?
Oh yeah, I've been playing. This last winter kind of got shut down with whatever the hell this COVID is going on. But before that, yeah, I played like 10, 11 years of senior hockey and just pretty good. Played with Brian Sutter for like 10 years. And, an Allen Cup and won a couple of provincial championships and shit like that. And got a chance to play with a couple of my brothers again doing that. And playing for Suts, it's something else. He's still a machine.
That's awesome, man. I know Ryan Bass, I saw him, haven't seen him in probably a year, but he was playing. I don't know if that's the same league. He's out in Edmonton, but he was playing like senior hockey, but real hockey, not like what I play in. I don't think we can hang with you guys.
That's adult. That's beer league, Nast.
Yeah, I know. I know this is the legit because Beast told me about it. Ryan Bass told me a lot about it, but I knew you were playing.
Yeah, he was playing up in Stony Plain there. Alberta senior, like it's AAA hockey, like it's hockey fights, all that stuff. And it's all ex-pros, like guys are all over the league. A few bucks doing it too. It's not just show up on the weekend and have some beers. We still have a bunch of beers, but it's, take her pretty serious. Everybody trying to get to the Allen Cup. In Canada, it's the national senior championship sort of deal. And yeah, it's good hockey, and it's been a lot of fun, but not too many scraps. I think the most scraps I get in were under the stands there with guys, because I ain't go too bad out on the ice, which is fine. I've been playing D for the last 10 years.
What?
Oh yeah, you see how much room I get out there? Just
I
Go
can imagine.
back for pucks, making a nice breakout pass.
yeah, go back for it, turn around, cross check guys in the teeth. You can go get it's all good.
The old duck bill. Give him the duck bill.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite things, Riles. I knew who Pistol was when he came to Philadelphia with us with the Phantoms, and well, Christ, you lit it up the year before in Providence, 20 tucks, 19 tucks, but. I got to say this, and I mean it in the best way. Pistol, well, he's the meanest player I think I've ever been able to work with. And I mean that in a good way. Like, I mean, mean, like no friends, which is the way it should be. Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But I used to love when Pistol would come into there'd be a little dust up. Somehow Pistol's stick always ended up upside down with the blade out.
Oh,
and he'd start reaching in there. And I said, holy shit. The one time I said, Pistol, you were swinging at it. Your stick was turned around. He goes, yeah, it's called the duck bill. Wake the fuck up. And I'm like, my bad.
You don't know?
The fucking duck bill. I never heard that. But he's just swinging and it looks accidental, to because he just, they're scrambling around.
Good strategy.
Like,
that's old school.
This guy's fucking crazy. I love him.
Well, it's just short little jabs. You only got to give that like 2 or 3 inches of a windup to poke somebody pretty good in the eye. Get the attention of the guys that need it and sort out chaff from there too, right? Whoever fucking turns around after that and wants one, well, they could probably look after themselves. So that's just looking for guys. That's all.
Yeah. Great strategy.
It was great, man. I used to love that.
You get too lippy, you can just slide it right in their mouth. Stick it perfectly in a mouth.
Yeah, that's a good point. Never thought about that.
Oh my God.
I don't think you can do that anymore. But
no, man.
No. A little different.
I got taught by some pretty old wily boys my first, couple of years in the American in Rochester. Some old beauties, old Dan Frawley.
I remember him.
Before Mario came there and like Scotty Metcalf. These guys were, 35, 40 years old and playing in the American League when I was like 20, right? I'm like, no kid, you're doing it wrong. You got to do it. Holy shit, you guys are nuts.
So when you left juniors, you weren't as aggressive. I mean, you had some pretty significant penalty minutes there in Red Deer. I mean, you obviously played the role, but you weren't as feisty. Is that kind of where you're going with that?
Oh no, we're all feisty.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say you guys. I mean, you've been scrapping before junior hockey, I'm sure, with your brothers and everything else too. Red Deer.
Yeah, you grow up in the bush. You got to learn how to look after yourself, and I have 5 little brothers, and that's just what you sort of deal, eh? But like in junior, you know how it was, Riley, in the Western League, fucking back when you played, like, I'm another generation older than that, eh? And like, it was nuts. Up by 3 goals or down by 3 goals.
Yeah.
Meet, right? Like everything just, well, maybe we shouldn't score that empty netter because it's going to get.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like line brawls, bench brawls, that shit happen all the time, right? And, I still don't think like the Western League doesn't count 10s, eh? So you get 200 minutes in the Western League, like that's 350.
Yeah, right. That's hard,
hockey, right?
hard fought minutes.
Yeah. So you get 200 minutes and you're, even if you're not super tough, everybody fought, right? Didn't matter if you're a big goal scorer or you're meat and potatoes on the 4th line, right? Everybody goes.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a different animal.
Absolutely.
My first year was the last year they did the one team warm-ups.
We were talking about that. I can't believe that.
It's hard to actually believe.
You know where that started? That was Charlie Manson and Baumgartner when they played in PA. That's where that started. And like you played there, right?
Yeah.
Down, take the other team's net, fucking bring it down to their end, warm up the spare tender, take all the other team's pucks, and like, what the fuck are you gonna do about it?
Yeah, right.
Dave Manson, he fucking bite your head off, right?
Yeah, for sure.
The whole time I played in the Western League, it was separate warm-ups, right? Like you'd You go out on the road, you're out there 45 minutes to an hour before the game, right?
Terrible.
And then if anybody, on the other team, they come and, watch warm-ups down the hallway. Like we used to line up pucks and I just take slap shots down the hallway, right? If the other guys that come out playing with who or the coaches just out like 20 pucks right down their tunnel as hard as you can. You hit guys all the time. Remember I hit Dale Purington. Dale Purington in Lethbridge one night, like, oh fuck.
Oh man.
And when him and Mizey were playing there, Brant Meyer, oh my God.
Oh no.
Got everybody. But that's what you
fight
do.
him anyways. You may as well fire a puck at him just at the top.
Yeah, soften him up a bit.
Yeah, exactly.
That was crazy. And actually one night we played an exhibition game. It was against PA, but we were playing in Kindersley, like in Saskatchewan there, because exhibition games were all kind of neutral site games all the time. And their bus broke down, our bus broke down, whatever, but somebody was late, so we had to warm up together. It was the biggest shit show I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my God.
Extra players, right? Because it's exhibition. So there's 25 guys on the ice on each team. There's 25 fights going on at once. Guys are getting stepped on, bit, chopped.
Oh my fuck.
Absolute fucking bloodbath. One guy got Lenny McCausland Mark Tolnich got his wrist stepped on, had taken to the hospital there. Guys,
oh my God.
Everything was missing. It was nuts. So they figured, better keep them separate for a little while.
Yeah, right.
It was ridiculous.
That's
insane,
crazy,
man. That's insane.
You think of like today's day and age as like, one little thing happens and then it's like cancel culture. They just change everything like so quickly. I mean, it's hard to believe like, that there was such a, like long span of this type of, a behavior that went on and the leagues just kind of allowed it. They slowly made changes, obviously, but it seemed like they weren't very fast acting on some of that stuff. Cause it's pretty, you look back, it's like pretty barbaric, some of that stuff, right? I mean, it's like, it would not fly. Yeah, it was not fly.
We're all kids, right? We're all kids, like 16.
That's true too. Yeah.
We're all kids, right? And it was just go, and nobody got suspended for anything. Like you had to pretty much murder a fan to get like length of time. It was nothing. You do whatever you wanted, like, but you had to answer for it, right? That was the whole thing.
Yeah.
If you're stupid, somebody's coming to make sure you don't do it again, or you look after them, clean them up, and then you do whatever the hell you want. So
yeah.
Crazy.
Man.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine, like, for one, I'm 0-4-1 in my life in fights, and they weren't really fights like you guys have been in there, as kids, but I would be petrified if I'm fighting someone. And like you said, Pistol, you mop someone up and you see a guy in trouble, you're probably going in there and letting another guy have it. I mean, like, that's just what you did, right? I guess.
Do whatever you want until somebody stops you from doing it.
Yeah.
You're scared of that guy coming and okay, I'll stop doing it. Perfect example, like this stuff, Tommy Wilson, he didn't get suspended. He's grabbing all the Rangers and smashing them around like they're little kids.
Oh,
it's insane, eh?
And who's going to stop him? He's going to keep doing it too.
Yeah. Like, I know. Exactly.
You gonna fine me $5,000? Like, I know when I played pro, like, fine me. Great. That's a tax write-off. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, right.
Don't suspend me.
Yeah.
Right?
No, it's so true.
Like Rangers, like bitch and moan and whine about it. Well, yeah, that's not very nice, but we'll do something about it.
Yeah.
Well, exactly. let me ask you this, Pistol. And again, I'm a pigeon equipment guy. I never played the game, but I was around it a long time. And I obviously love, you guys are my favorite guys. The guys that you guys were the glue to teams to me, like, the tough guys and the guys that stood up for your teammates every night. And you both did that. But to me, I thought that was a little gutless. That's just my opinion. Only reason I say that's because it's Panarin. Like, he weighs 165 pounds soaking wet. And literally he's 2 inches from maybe something really bad happening when he went to slam him. He slammed so hard. I know what you're saying though. Like, who's going to do it? This is what he did. He stood up in the box and looked at their bench, and he's a guy I would take on my team too. Like, and
so would all the Rangers.
Exactly. But I think Joffrey Lupul, even Loops had a quote today, and he just said maybe the Rangers should look at their lineup and put someone in there if something like that happens. And but the NHL, I don't know. I can't speak for the NHL, but sometimes they don't want it to get, and it's never going to go back to like what we were just talking about. Like the street bullies. And it shouldn't.
No.
But I think this year, Riley and I have talked about this a lot. And I know you watch hockey and you understand it all. It's nice when you have these guys that are there for their teammates, and there's been fights. They're not staged, but you can tell the guy, it means something. They're pissed off and they're fighting for the real reasons. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but it's not a staged thing. There's been a lot more fighting in the league.
Yeah. Well, the guys are all playing each other over and over again.
Exactly.
That's true too. Yeah.
Animosity, and guys are in playoff races and seeding and all that sort of stuff, right? But if you don't like that stuff, and I agree with you, like what he did is gutless, absolutely. But hey, who gives a shit? They're going to play them. Like if they play them in playoffs, well,
right?
Maybe I hurt two of your best fucking players.
Sure.
Yeah.
Suspend me all day long. We win. We go another round. Our team makes more money. We do better. Everybody gets a bigger contract.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean? If do something on the ice to make that stuff. I always thought as, doing that job and looking after guys on my teams, if I was doing my job right, there was no dirty shit out there. Yeah, me and the other tough guy we'd fight or whatever. But if there's any dirty shit going on, it's because me and the guys that do my job, we weren't doing our job right. Because guys weren't scared of us, or the repercussions weren't heavy enough, or they weren't spooked enough to do that shit, right?
Right.
I always thought if I did my job right, we wouldn't even have to fight. Do you know what I mean? Does that
make sense? No, 100%.
Riley, does that make sense?
100%. Yeah. We talk about this fairly often, and most people don't realize that they have a hard time understanding the dynamic of accountability and that energy that's kind of just looming around when there's legitimate toughness in the lineup. Because it looks barbaric. Two guys fight. It's like, oh yeah, well, it's easy to say, well, we're going to remove headshots, and we're going to reduce concussions, and state the obvious facts. But what they don't realize is the power and the influence of a guy like you, and then the presence of an enforcer actually has on the behavior of the players. So you actually reduce concussions and headshots and cheap shots by having that presence. But that argument seems to be just dismissed because fighting just seems so obviously bad for brain health. Right. But like, I 100% agree with you. I can't tell me how many times that I would mentally prepare. I'm, playing Washington or wherever in Donald Brashear, and this guy's not in the lineup. I'm like, holy shit. Now I can run around like Donkey Kong even more than I was going to already, because I was going to prepare to fight him, and I can do whatever I want. You know what I mean? It's just like this energy, and that's what Tom Wilson's doing. He's walking over the league. Who's going to do anything to him? Ryan Reeves, Chara, maybe, right? I mean, is there only two guys? After that, he is the king, and there's no one even close. So, I mean, why not come in with the ultimate weapon there and flex your muscle? And what is anybody going to do at this point? But I agree with you, man. It's one of those things. If you keep the peace, there's no cheap shots. I mean, really. I mean, there's respect and there's peace.
Yeah, and sometimes like doing that, like I was saying before, like it's not even a fight, like it's a word, it's a talk. You can go, like, I don't know how many times go talk to like the other team's coach, just let them know on a draw. Like, you send that, you calm this down, or I'm fucking killing you up. You're skilled guy. You just tell them that stuff. Oh, fuck, okay, you guys calm down, quit doing that stuff. Or they send out their meat and you sort her out.
Yeah.
It's all good. Anyways.
No, but you're right though, Pistol. It's like sometimes that's all it needs. Like, I remember last year when I was still with the team in preseason, we had Chris Stewart, and we were playing the Rangers, and he had a great line. And I cannot believe, I usually remember things like that, but Lemieux, the kid that was with the Rangers, who just got traded out to LA, Claude's son, he did something, and Sean Couture ended up fighting him in preseason. And they came out of the box, and you know how the linesmen skate between you after the play was dead. And Stewie stood up on the bench and basically said, if you do one more thing, you're done. And I don't care if I get suspended for the year. And the kid's looking at him. He goes, why? You know,
you didn't, shocked, no idea. Like, what didn't hear a about?
Peep. Yeah. There was not a peep from that kid the rest of the game. And, you know, that's like you said, sometimes it's not even fighting. It's just like, hey, I'm crazy enough to do something to you, and you're going to get hurt. And, you know, and it scares guys. And it would scare the shit out of me too.
That's life, right?
That's right.
For so many of these so many of these kids don't, forever, like even my kids, right? They had no idea being threatened with physical violence. Like, gee, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Fucking head bashed in for doing that. Why? Like the same thing. Like, why? Just because you don't do that stuff, or you ask for it, you might actually get slapped in the face.
Yeah.
It's a foreign concept for so many kids in North America. It's like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Well, I'll show you a few videos.
Yeah, right. Riley has two beautiful little girls, Pistol, and they probably, I don't know if they know Daddy was a fighter, but they probably don't think so. Mainly because he's such a good dude, just like yourself, but also when he goes roller skating with his fanny pack around his shoulder, like I saw, which I just stay tuned for that video.
It was a 6-year-old birthday party. I was trying to fit in, all right?
Oh, you're good, man. But seriously, though, you're right, man. Like they just, people, they don't know, they don't get it. So it's interesting, man. I just felt like I don't have much room to say anything about stuff like that because I never played the game like you guys did. But I just thought I love Tom Wilson. I'd have him on my team if I had a team. I just thought that was a little much. Just me, if he'd have pushed him around, smacked him around, anything, but to pick him up and slam him in his head 1 inch to 2 inches from literally hitting the ice first, that's you looking at some serious injury there. But anyway.
Oh yeah, I know.
$5,000.
Yeah. He wipes his ass with fucking.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's fucking.
But yeah. Anyways, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you got next? What's happening?
Well, I got something here, and I found this funny. So, Pistol had pro hockey 4,197 minutes in the box. That's insane, bro. That's unbelievable. That's not junior either. That's just all your pro league. And I gotta ask you a question, because this is something else I didn't know about you, which surprises me. You played roller hockey, pro, but
RHI, baby.
I told Riley, I said, Pistol played 12 games with this one team, and he had over 100 PIMs in roller hockey. The fuck are you doing, man?
You know what makes it? Do you know what makes it even better? You didn't get majors, eh? Like penalties were only 1.5 minutes, and majors were 4 minutes. So figure that into your equation.
That's amazing.
I'd never been on rollerblades. I'd never been on rollerblades in my life. And two of my brothers, Dan and Joe, were playing out in Summerside for the Royal Bank Cup, like the national Tier 2 national championship here in Canada, out in Summerside. And one of the guys that was there was GM for the Anaheim Bullfrogs down in Anaheim. And we're out there for 2 weeks, watching, drinking beer, eating lobster, just fucking hanging out with PEI. And he says, why don't you come play roller hockey for me in Anaheim? I'm like, fuck off. I've never been on, I grew up on a gravel road. I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Oh, come on down. It'll be all good. Fuck that. I go home after this stuff, and like, we grew up on a sawmill and farm out in central Alberta here. And I'm packing like huge boards for my old man. It's getting hot out. Like, this sucks. Fuck this. Hey, I called the guy. Hey, you still want me to come down and play roller hockey? Yeah, get down. Fuck, book me a flight. I'm out of here. Let's go. So I went down there and played roller hockey. Oh my God. The only reason I made the team too is like 5 guys passed out on the beach on Newport Beach and burnt their feet so bad. They had some beers and they burnt their feet so bad they couldn't get their feet in their skates. So me and these 4 other guys made the team that shouldn't have made the team.
No way.
It was such a gong show. It took me like the first 4 days just running into the net at full speed or in the end board. Couldn't stop, couldn't turn quick enough. It was a shit show. But it was fun down there. And then all the guys healed up from their feet. And so they traded me to Buffalo. And like 3 of my that I played, that was after my first year pro in Columbus, Ohio, that were playing in Buffalo. I said, come out here. I'm like, well, I went home for 2 weeks, so I'm not going to fucking Buffalo. I'm not a roller hockey player. Same thing. I packed boards for 2 weeks at the old man sawmill. Like, pretty fucking good. Get out of here. Yeah. So I jumped on a plane and went out there, and we played in Buffalo the rest of the summer. It was a blast because we played in all the big rinks, like sellout crowds all the time.
Oh, wow.
People thought we were rock stars. They were.
Yeah.
There was all East Coast League guys, West Coast League guys, Central League guys. Like it was and some of those guys made tons and tons of money doing it, like all the sponsorship deals with the wheels, the bearings, chassis, like that sort of stuff. And, we got paid by the league, got paid by the team, got a house and a car for the summer. And
wow,
living like rock stars on TV
all
the time. We're just a bunch of scrubs, but it was fun. But I didn't know what the hell I was doing. But fighting was the same on that stuff as it was on ice. So that's all I did. I just fought.
So you didn't like get suspended for a game if you fought, like you could just fight. You could just fight.
4 minutes for fighting.
Yeah,
4 minutes for fighting.
I never knew that you played roller. I never knew that you played pro roller because I saw that. I was also shocked. 20 teams. That's counting the 2 roller hockey teams though. But that's a. After I was looking through your stats. I was like, now I kind of do remember that, but it just doesn't seem like that many. But everybody wanted you, bro.
Everybody wanted me.
That's. I know we loved you. I mean,
just a mercenary. Well, the longest I was ever in any place was Philly, right? I was there for 3 years.
That's 3 years, yeah.
Anywhere other than junior, right? Like it was just, I just signed 1-year deals all the time. That was the thing. Like I never drafted, nothing like that. It was just
right.
Started in the coast, finished in the coast, man. Like
15 seasons pro though, Pistol. It's very impressive, man. You were, like you said, you weren't drafted, and your teammates loved you. Obviously, how could they not? But you're a fan favorite too.
I bought a lot of beers. That's why.
Ed McDaniels stole Danny Moore.
Oh yeah.
Bought 1 beer in that place ever.
Jesus. I know.
How they make any money?
Somehow we did not have a big bill at the end of the night. And I think Danny had something to do with that. Maybe that's why he's not there anymore. The family figured it out.
Yeah.
Well, we worked too. We restocked the fridges like 3 times a night. Like
yeah. Oh, God.
So maybe that was the deal. We got paid for our hard work in there, restocking the fridges from that cellar thing there.
Yeah, that's right.
I remember who the fuck. I think Randy Jones fell backwards in that time. Went over
I think you're right. Yeah, I think it was Jonesy. I think you're right, man.
I thought we killed him. It's a good thing he was maybe a little saucy, so he was going down the stairs.
I tell you what, I can't remember if it was Litz or it's someone else we were talking to about like Sunday night anywhere. I mean, I'm sure there's other places that have a good, but you talk about a shit show on a Sunday night. I just remember being in there, like obviously with my job and your guys' job, it was a little different on a Monday because we were always off because, you guys played 3-3, which is crazy too. So we always had it, but we had that next day off. But I remember many times going, do these people not work? Like we're in there till we want to leave. You know what I mean? I know not us, but they never kicked us out. There were no lights coming on. You guys got to go. It was just, when you left, you left. And
when the sun started poking through the shutters,
yeah,
we better get out of here.
Yeah.
So, like, what were the rest of those people doing Monday morning?
I don't know. It was like a school bus dropped off a bunch of women, though, because next thing you know, about 10:30, we'd get in there a little early, maybe eat some, probably not the best food you could be eating after a game, but who gave a shit, right? And then by the time we finished our little appetizers and already had a few, it was like literally like a bus pulled up to the side of the place, and it just was packed. Good music all the time. Such a good.
It was not COVID friendly, that place.
That was not.
There was wall to wall like sardines in there.
There were laws broken. That's for sure for the amount of people in there. Oh my God!
The cops would come in and see what was going on. And tone her down, and they do a shot and have a beer, and then okay, have a good night. See you later. Like, all right, we got
call us if you need us. Oh fuck. Well, Riles, I was kind of getting into this story earlier with you, but I don't think it was after McDaniel's night, but it was after we got into one, and we had practice the next day. So you know how the boys look out for each other. Pistol wasn't at the rink yet, and I've seen this happen many times. And usually it's the equipment guys got to do. Well, obviously I had to because the boys have to start. They're going, well, no, he wasn't that late, but he hadn't shown up to, you have to be there at a certain time before practice.
I was always there early, right?
And he was, Pistol was always there. So anyway, I don't
know where
remember
you're going with this.
I don't remember who came. Someone just said, the boys were like, hey, fuck, Pistol's not here yet. And I think Bruno was, like you said, I think Bruno was living with you. So I know someone was living there. I don't know if that was
me and Sheriff were living together.
Sheriff, that's who it was, Sheriff. And sorry. And anyway, so I'm like, shit, I'll go grab him because we didn't want Johnny to know that he wasn't there. So I jump in the car and I'm like on my way there. I'm like, God, I hope he's awake because if I scare him or he's asleep, is he gonna know it's me or whatever? So I get in there, door wide open, go walking in. Pistol is laying on a couch like he's in a damn coffin. I mean, I'm not exaggerating. He's like this. I swear to God. And he's just straight. He's just straight on his couch. Like, it's like he's faking it, but he's snoring, but just dead. So I'm like 10 feet away. Pistol. Hey, buddy, it's Nast. Pistol. Fuck nothing. Snoring. I'm like, God, I don't want to get close to this guy. He's not going to know it's me. Riley, I swear to God, I touched his chest. Like, I just went to touch his chest. As soon as I hit his chest, boop, grabbed my arm, opened his eyes like a damn vampire. Looked like a damn movie, like a vampire. Opened his eyes. What the fuck are you doing? And I'm like, hey, it's Nast. It's Nast. He's like, yeah, I know. What are you doing? And I'm like, you're late for practice. Oh, fuck. Really? Yeah, let's go. Okay, let's go. Gets in the car. I think I actually drove someone else's car, but it doesn't matter. But smelled like you had a few drinks that night on the ride back. I think I was a little buzzed by the time we got back to the rink, and it was only a 5-minute drive. But
overserved.
So we had his underwear in the back hall, and I think you changed, but then Johnny kind of knew what he made you get on the bike or something. I don't think he made you skate that day. I can't remember, but
no, he told me I wasn't allowed to. Like, what happened was, and all the stories sound like we were just drunk and fighting the whole time. We did a lot of that, but what happened, that was New Year's Eve. We played New Year's Eve. I got in a big row. I don't know who the hell we're playing. It must have been it was either Norfolk or Albany or whatever. But I got too many game misconducts. Like, after 3, you get a 1 game suspension. After 4, you get 2. I think that was like my 7th game, at Christmas time there. So as New Year's Eve.
Christmas?
Yeah. So New Year's Eve, I got booted out of the game. Whatever. I don't know, biting somebody in the neck or something. And okay, it's New Year's.
Vampire. I told you.
Here we go.
And so I'm suspended for 4 or 5 games. I'm like, fuck, I'm not playing for 2 weeks. We got it. It was New Year's Eve. We got it. Loser pissed. And I remember what the fuck are you doing here? I'm like, oh, if you're here. Oh, I'm late. Oh shit.
Yeah.
We go and you sneak me in the back door, in the doors between the 2 rinks.
Yeah.
Boys are in a meeting, right? Video lights are off in the lounge there. So fucking
snuck right in.
I was there the whole time. And then get done the meeting and Rambo looks at me like, okay. He calls Cat. He's not going to the ice. Tell him to fucking get on the bike and get in the fucking hot tub for a while. He's not coming on the ice. Like, what are you talking about? I'm totally fine. We're messy. Hey, I had 2 weeks off. I know I'm just going to get egg skated for 2 weeks. We got it. It was New Year's Eve. It wasn't like a Tuesday at 2 for something to do. It was
exactly. No, exactly. I don't mean to make it like that, but it was. You're right. It was New Year's, and the funny thing is Riles. You played for Johnny. He got wound up. The eyes started squirting. Started going, but he didn't get that wound up at Pistol. He I don't understood. I guess he knew he was suspended, but usually Johnny would be saying to me later, Rambo would be like, "Fucking guys what did he say? They're running. They're running. Yeah. They're running." But he actually was. He wasn't crazy about it like he normally would be, but it was just.
But I did have to go talk to Homer after that, though.
Oh, you did?
Up to Homer and how Paul Holmgren's I have so much respect for him. He treated the whole organization did, both me and brother Jim, like gold. Felt like part of a family there. But he called me up there, and just sit down. Oh shit! He's as intimidating as can be when he's.
Oh my God! Yeah.
When he's having a good day. He was, you think you have a fucking problem? No. And then, oh fuck! I just remember him just staring at me for like 2 minutes straight, and they're like fucking. If I say anything stupid, I'm fucked. He's gonna want to scrap, and we're gonna be rolling around up here in a ball, and I'm fucking hung titty. It's not gonna go good for me, no matter what. I'm fired. I'm never gonna play hockey again, right? Just stared at me for 2 minutes, eh? And then he kind of broke the ice, and he's such a good man. He talked to me about all kinds of stuff there in that meeting. Like, I think we both left crying at the end of it. Like, it was just like, oh my God, like maybe I better turn my life around. But he was such a good man, but Jesus, he scared the shit out of me some days. And not very many people scared the shit out of me, but he intimidated me, and I respected him so much. I just didn't want to disappoint him was the biggest thing. And then, yeah, for 2 weeks I got the shit bag out of me.
And the thing with Homer too is probably, you know, he was probably reaching out to help you. You know what I mean? It wasn't like trying to slap you, you know?
No, he totally was. And we had one of the best talks I've ever had with anybody after that. But for 2 minutes, him just staring,
yeah, right,
stone cold, like just boring through my soul. Like, oh my God, I just, you know, worse than the same thing as disappointed dad. Eh? I'm like, oh,
right,
yeah,
taking garbage, right? Like, but no, he was so good to me and so good to Jim. Like I say, the whole organization was. But yeah, I felt real. You know, like I say, a lot of respect for Homer, but kind of a kindred spirit sort of deal too, where, you know, he was tough as nails, just a teammate and all that. And yeah, he was just awesome to work for. And again, like little things like that, you feel like the bag of shit, and then you come up and try to do more and better, you know, to make up for whatever you did wrong or perceived wrong. And yeah, it was just those things there. It was still a good story.
Yeah, it was. I swear, man, I thought like, this guy's a vampire. I know it. There's no way. I barely put my finger on him, and it was like eyes open, grabbed the wrist, and I'm like trying to get my wrist back. He's not, pistol's not letting go of me. Then he realized what was going on. But anyway, we had some pistol 3 years. It all goes by so quick, man, and we talk about it all the time, man. Just so much fun, and miss you guys. You know, you're gone. You know, I haven't seen you. God, I can't remember the last time I saw you, but it's so good to get to talk to you here.
Hey, Petey, I was gonna ask you. You must have had a really good agent when you played, eh? Two one-way contracts before you ever played an NHL game.
Well, yeah. I did a little work before that. So I played half a dozen years in American League.
Dusted it up the old-fashioned way enough to get a couple one-way tickets.
Yeah, but in seriousness, I did. Like Brad Devine, guy to Saskatoon, Thunder Creek Sports Management Group, just one of the best human beings ever. He looked after me very, very well, and you know, for probably the first half of my career, he did, you know, all that negotiation stuff for me, and then after that, I'm like, and he told me, like, you don't need to pay me. You can do it all anyways. Like, you can go talk to him. I did so much stuff with the PHPA at the union and all that stuff, and negotiating CBAs for the American League and the players and whatnot too. Is like, you can just do your own shit. You're going to do it anyways. And whenever they call me, I'll just forward the number to you, and you guys can. But no, he is an awesome guy. One of the best guys. He helped me and all my brothers out. Came into the scene there, like with a good buddy of ours, Derek Morris here from Central Alberta, played, you know, forever. Finished off in Boston and stuff like that. Yeah, like Kyle Calder, a lot of Saskatchewan guys based out of Saskatoon. But yeah, Brad is just, you know, he wasn't an agent, he was part of the family, right? Or, you know, made us all feel like that anyways. Yeah, he did. I remember working hockey school in Sylvan Lake, and get a phone call at the office there. They're like, wave me from the office in the lobby. It's, you know, a small town rink, and they waved me over, and like, this is July 2nd, right, of whatever year that was. And I, you know, like, okay, I'll be a minute, you know, out some knowledge to the kids or whatever. I get off there, probably pushed a couple of them down, and the office, and it's my agent, it's Brad. He's like, so what would you say if I told you Montreal wants to sign you to a one-way? I would say, get the fuck off the phone and sign that deal right now before you realize it's Pete Vandermeer, not Jim or Ted or Bill or whatever. Hurry up, get it written down now right away. Oh shit. Yeah, we had that one too.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's
man.
amazing.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it was, so cool there being part of that organization too. Like my time in Philly was absolutely amazing. Like me and Brother Jim fit in pretty good with
Mm-hmm.
my fans are kind of all about there and whatnot. And, which, I'll never say a bad thing about my time there. It was great. It was that and even a little bit more going to Montreal and spending time there with that organization and the history there. Like it was unbelievable. Like I'm from Western Canada. We're growing up to the Frenchies, right? You like the Habs are like bad, right?
Right.
And Toronto is kind of bad too. We got our Edmonton and Calgary out here, but the Habs, like, you shouldn't like them. You go to history and all the Hall of Famers are around the rink all the time. They're the golf tournaments and just the whole mystique of being a Montreal Canadian was just mind blowing. Like,
wow.
Playing in the Bell Center and stuff, like, holy shit, it was unbelievable. Like,
Yeah.
I can imagine
23,000 people in that building.
Yeah.
Like, it's nuts.
Fucking nuts.
And they love hockey.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
Love it.
Yeah. I think the loudest thing I've ever heard, Mitch Fritz threw me around in that center ice in the Bell Center, 23,000 people squared off with that big bugger at center ice.
He was a big man.
He threw me around like a little kid. Like, if he would have grabbed me by the ankles, it would have been like Bam Bam on the ice. I don't think either one of us threw a punch, thank Christ, but he threw me around like crazy and got up. I got up and I think I wound up on top of him somehow just because he slipped on the banana peel I threw out of my pocket. But on top of him, so I go off the ice, give the fans a big wave and everything, and they absolutely lost their shit. And it was
That's awesome, man.
amazing.
Oh my God. That's awesome.
Yeah, man, that must have been an experience there for sure. And
Yeah,
then
I had a good agent.
Yeah. Well, then it happened again, what, a year later, 2 years later with Washington?
Yeah, the next year there with Wash, it was pretty cool. Like, it was awesome. I actually got to play a game on a line with Alex Semin and Alex Ovechkin.
No way.
One game in Pittsburgh, preseason game. I was backdoor wide open like 10 times in the first period, and they would not pass me the puck. They'd shoot it 8 feet wide, blew one right by my mustache, thought I was dead. And like in between periods, I'm like, fuck, should I say something or not? Like, my job, Like, they told me, hey, just go to the net. Like, just fucking go to the net. Those guys hit you, whatever. Like, anybody touches them, you know,
Yeah.
shit, right? Well, no shit. If you got to tell me that, I should be.
Yeah.
So I go to the net, and in between periods, I'm like, yeah, Obi, those 10 times I was back, I was open. Like, you can pass to me, I'll knock it in. They look at each other and gobbledygook and rush it for a minute, and they laughed so fucking hard I thought they were fucking fall out of their stalls. But it was cool for a little while, cruising around.
Yeah, right.
Around. I'm playing with Obi. I'm a big
That's
shot.
awesome,
Big
man.
deal. Yeah, I never played a
Telling
game for
Obi
them
to
either.
shoot the puck, eh? Tell him to dish it back door.
Hey, dumbass, I'm open right here.
I'm open.
One T
Jesus.
from the left side this time.
Yeah, switch it up a little bit.
Yeah, I never played a game for them either. Played all year in Hershey, but we had, oh my God, talk about good teams. That team in Hershey we had, Brucey Brewer was coaching us, and like, we won the league by far, eh? And walked through playoffs, never lost a game in playoffs until we played Hamilton in the final, which I played the year before for those guys. And Carey Price decides to show up after junior and fucking stands on his head and beats us.
Oh my God.
Oh, I remember that.
Now
I
that you
ran him
say
twice.
that. Did
I ran
you?
him twice, didn't do anything. He just shook it off like he's a young kid, eh? And we got 60 shots every game and lost in 6 games, like 3-1, 3-2 every night. It was ridiculous. He was so good, like just gross.
Oh, I
It
can
was a
imagine.
pretty good year.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Fuck you.
That's a great organization to play in the American League. There, that Hershey always had solid squads. I mean, they were stacking their teams, and
they have amazing local ownership, right? Like
Yeah.
the Hershey Chocolate Factory owns the team, right? Owns a building, owns the whole town, right? So they demand having a good team. Like that's what it is, and they signed extra veterans, right? Guys that would be first first set of D on every team, we had 2 or 3, 4 of those guys sitting in the stands because we had too many veterans, right?
Oh yeah.
Sick team. And Brucey was coaching. Brucey was one of the best coaches ever. Just so honest and open and approachable, and just an amazing guy to play for. Like, it was sick. We won all the time, eh? Like, it was just, we expect to win. They had the best schedule because they're in the league the longest, right?
Yep.
Play every Saturday night home game.
Right. Yeah.
Games, like the beers rolled in waiting for you when you walk off the ice after you win every Saturday night. Like, it was top notch.
Yeah.
they've
They've
always been. No, I was just gonna say you're right. They always seem to put a good team together, like you said, because of the ownership. They basically demand that there's going to be. It's funny. Pistol. I was looking at the American League all-time penalty minute leaders, and Dennis Bonvie is, Bones well. You met up with him a few times, both you guys. But
he's a good buddy.
Yes, he's a good man. Bones. He was number 1, but the funny thing that stuck out to me is 1 through 4 all played for the Phantoms. Dennis Bonvie, Rob Murray, Murdoch, just a mean son of a bitch.
Yeah, you say I'm mean.
Well,
I don't come anywhere close to that.
Yeah, but
is mean.
He's mean as shit. He was very, very mean, but he wasn't as tough as you, but he was as mean as you. I'll put it that way. But he was dirty. He was dirty player. But I loved Murray. I don't know where Murray. Last time I saw Murray, he was coaching with Providence. I'm not sure what he's doing.
Providence,
now.
yeah. That's the last time I seen him too.
Pistol number 3, yourself, and then the Commandant, Frankie Lassard 4. I saw the top 5, and I'm like, oh my God, I had all 4. We had all 4 of you guys there, but it's crazy.
Really like their tough guys, I guess, eh?
Yeah, man, it's crazy. But we had Litz on a few weeks ago. Obviously, you're good buddies with Neil, and we talked about the big shit show with Binghamton, and God, I mean, just rewatching all that. I mean, obviously, I was there. I remember it all, but then watching it. You and Jimmy are just throwing bombs, and then McGrattan's there, and then here comes Litz. But I'll never forget the funniest thing. Like, Chief wanted to get on the ice so bad, and Johnny held him back till the 3rd set of fights. He's like, no, and Chief's like, let me get out there. And he's like, no, you're gonna go next after these guys. So anyway, after the game, you guys know how Chief talks. He's so funny. He comes in my back room there at the Spectrum, and he's grabbing a few beers, putting them in the coat for his ride home. Now, he was at the time, obviously, an assistant coach / player, and he played that night. He comes into my room, Rousey, cracks a beer, and he goes, I'll tell you what. And I'm like, what? He goes, them Vandermeer boys are fucked up. He goes, that's exactly what he said. He goes, there's something wrong with them, but I love them. And he starts laughing. He's drinking his beer. I'll tell you what. And I'm like, what? I think he's going to say something, like he goes, them Vandermeer boys are fucked up.
Well, when he did his shit, like we're in the back up, like that just went on. We could tell a story about how that went on for days and days. Right? It was absolutely nuts. The lineys and the refs were so scrambled, they'd get us near the penalty box, so they wouldn't put it back in and see what's going on. Whatever.
It was fucking nuts,
about
man.
Chief, like, to go with your story, like the 3rd line brawl or whatever, Chief is like beating up 3 kids. Like, it was amazing. Because like me and Chief and PJ Stock were playing on a line together for like 10 games, and that happened.
Imagine that, bro.
Who was the centerman?
PJ, right?
Nobody. We didn't need any centerman.
3 wingers.
We just let them drop the puck, and they could win it if they wanted. Like, yeah, win it.
Go
On the forecheck.
Win her back in your own end. Fuck, we'll meet you there.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But he comes, like, so we're watching the video and stuff right in the back because we're, take our top hat off, and we're just laughing and giggling, and everybody's bodied up. And it was a team builder, like beyond team builders, right? That shared experience of everybody in a huge battle together. So Chief gets in his fight, and then he takes off the ice, and you see him like running up the tunnel, like on the video, like, oh shit, he's still pissed off. Like, is he going down the hallway to go after? Oh, let's go out there. And he comes running into the room like full speed. And me and Jimmy are standing there. you two fuckers are absolutely fucking nuts. You guys love you. Or like, fuck, he's going to beat us up. Oh, no, he's happy. Like, what the hell's going on? Oh, God. Because he's a scary motherfucker.
Right.
And he was wound right up.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
You know, his eyes are all crazy. Like, you two are like, oh, fuck, he's going to beat us both up. Oh, shit. You guys are fucking nuts, and I love it.
That's so cool.
Oh, man.
Coming from Chief too, eh?
I know, right?
What a beauty.
Right, and how he talks, right?
Oh, how he talks,
exactly.
yeah. His delivery
he's
is
scaring
classic.
the shit out of us, but he's fucking laughing, eh? Like,
Oh my God.
it was so neat. Like, that's honestly one of my best, fondest memories of playing with Chief. Like, he was awesome having, and she's just such a great guy to have around, and such a wealth of knowledge for all the kids, not just us dummies that are scrapping, but to play with them and to play on a line with them. Like, speaking about intimidation and keeping everything good on the other side, like, line up with guys. Like, if you guys act up, I'm fucking sending.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, we're good.
Hey, Pistol, it reminds me, I may have told, I think I told Riles this before. I may have said it before on here too, but I'll never forget Chief. We were playing in the center and we played before the Flyers that day. It was a 1:00 game and you would have been on the team because he was playing. So we were playing Scranton and David Coachy was there, or Norfolk. I can't remember if Coachy was in Norfolk at the time. He was in Norfolk at this time. And he was kind of running around a little bit. He's a big guy. And there was a scrum right at the bench. And how Chief, like you were saying, how Chief talks, he goes, big boy. And Coachy kind of like looks over, he goes, big boy. And he like looks at him, he goes, you better find the nearest exit. And Coachy goes, why? He goes, because you're fucking dead. And Coachy goes, why? He's like, why? And the whole bench is like, this is great. And then he did the exact same thing to Marty Wilford of all guys.
Oh, Slippers.
Yes. He was working Whitey in front of the net, Peter White. And he would not stop. And he said the same thing to Marty. He goes, hey, big boy. He goes, you touch Peter White again, you're fucking dead. And Wilford's like looking at him. He was fucking helping Whitey up down the ice the rest of the night. Man, that was hilarious.
I remember that too, because I played with Slippers. My first, we played in the coast together, eh? Fucking Slippers. Oh, fuck. He looks like he's 70 years old now.
Teeth are all out.
Oh, man, he aged poorly.
God. Like, I know I don't look like a GQ model, but fuck, some of the guys they played with are like, fuck, dude, you're old.
Yeah.
But I remember it because Chief told him that, and he fucking Slippers comes up to me on the draw. He's like, "Is he fucking serious? Like, I would not play anymore." He's like, Marty's one of the nicest fucking guys ever too, but he's tough too. Like,
is he
big man?
Tough?
We throw him good, but he's like, I don't want.
He didn't want to. Yeah.
Yeah. It was
no shit. Nobody does.
Yeah. Right.
We were just laughing because it seemed like he just was helping Whitey the rest of the game. He just, he wasn't going near him, like it was so funny, man. I mean, shit, you can't blame the guy. Craig Berube stands up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, sir.
I've got, actually, I'm looking over on my wall here. I've got a framed and signed thing with the 3,000 minute club in the NHL and Chiefs on it. My wall here, right?
Yeah.
It's awesome. That's like one of my prized possessions. Anybody comes over down my basement, like, I played that guy.
Yeah. Oh my God. All right, Roz, let's take a quick break here. I tell you what, talking to Pistol and you has got me fired up. And I think we need to talk about our buddy, Danny Moore at Anglesey Jiu-Jitsu.
Danny Moore.
Oh my God. It's a private martial arts school in North Wildwood, New Jersey. And our good friend Danny Moore, like I said, is a black belt in Gracie Jiu-Jitsu from Team Balance and Rich Comer. Badass. Don't want to mess with these guys. I'm telling you. I'm just telling you, Riggs. Anyway, they opened this school last year to continue teaching a small group during the Corona shutdown. Danny's students include police officers, correction officers, high school students, regular blue collar guys like me and you, Riggs, and even some other bartenders, not from McDaniel's.
Oh man, McDaniels had some great times there.
Oh my
Second
God.
and Snyder.
Second and Snyder, McDaniels, Danny Moore running the show on Sunday nights along with Mike. It was awesome.
Danger Bay.
Danger. Anyway, Anglesey Jiu-Jitsu fighters are all very solid, very technical fighters who train hard every single day. So down at the shore for self-defense rigs and Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, if you can find it, is Anglesey Jiu-Jitsu and Danny Moore, our boy. Check it out if you can find him. That's awesome.
But only 3,000 minutes, so
Yeah,
I guess it's in the show though. That's
they need the 4,100 minute poster. You might be the only. I'd love to see if there's anyone.
Probably not.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I was framed for half of those. It wasn't me. So.
You're afraid.
It's still a couple grand's enough.
Yeah, right.
Oh my God.
Hey Pete, what's the story? What's the story on your first NHL call up?
Oh shit, that's a good one. That's one of the oldest guys there. It comes up there once in a while on TSN up here, like that big brawl in Philly, like with Binghamton there. That always comes up around Christmas time. A top 10 shenanigan, like that comes up. But another one comes up, and I'm always on that, is like the oldest freaking guy to play your first game. It was 32 years old, oldest rookie in town forever, right? It was a pretty cool deal. Actually, I was playing in San Antonio, like went to camp and everything in Phoenix and whatnot, and had a good camp. As old as dirt, you probably should. But yeah, we're on the road. We're in Hamilton, and I get called into the office, and same deal that happened so many times throughout especially the second half of my career, like they brought the veteran rule and stuff in after the lockout in 04, so you can only have so many guys that played over so many games. And I was getting the short end of the stick all the time, like, no, you're sitting on, you're not playing. So I get called into the office in Hamilton on the road with the coaches. I'm like, Pete, you're not playing tonight. Like, that's fucking bullshit. I used to play here. You guys know what that's all about. I am playing tonight. Like, no, we have such good news to tell you. Greg Ireland is our head coach. Ray Edwards was our assistant coach. Eddie's in Calgary there. And actually, I played roller hockey with Ray Edwards in Anaheim. It all comes together.
Yeah.
But, and Eddie's like, fucking tears starting to fucking come down his eyes. Like, oh, we're so proud. We're so happy for you. Like what happened? Like,
yeah.
Like, we got the call. You're playing in Phoenix against Nashville in like 3 days. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, that's not funny. I'm trying to do here to make it okay that you're trying to sit me out tonight. I'm playing tonight. Like, no, you're where you got called up. You're gonna go play your first game. And like that had been such a, that's why I signed, a big reason why I signed with so many different teams, like chasing that one game. What's going to give me the best opportunity to, fill my childhood dream sort of deal, right? And so they're like, no, we're serious. I'm like, bull fucking shit. I want to see the transaction. With my fucking name on it. Otherwise, I'm beating the fuck out of both you assholes under the stands here in Hamilton. Like, no, we're dead serious. We're serious. Show me the fucking paperwork. So fucking GI goes upstairs into the fucking office, like Hamilton's office. Like, we need to print this out. And I'm downstairs fucking stewing with Eddie, and he's pretty much had me convinced before GI got back. And like, if he walks in that door without a piece of paper, you're getting fucking around through that cement wall. And he's like, oh, serious. And he showed me the paper, like that stupid transaction, curled up.
Yeah.
Actually, he's like, no, recalled. Pete Vandermeer from San Antonio to fucking Phoenix. Holy shit, that's
awesome.
Well, thanks, guys. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I really like you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's gonna beat the shit out of you, but
So, which one of you fuckers is driving to the airport? I gotta go. So, got to drive to Toronto, fly out. Had to fly all over the place to get out there. My wife at the time, my daughter Danica she's like 3 months old, right? They drive from San Antonio to Phoenix because my buddy Derek Morris lives there, and coming there. My mom and dad jumped on a plane, flew down, because that's the old man always said, like, no matter what happens, play your first game in the NHL, I'll be there wherever it is. I'm like, well, he had to pull out some credit cards. I didn't know I had to do this. Shit. So they fly down there, and like my buddy Derek, his whole family's down there just visiting him. Just happened to be down there. All people from Central Alberta down there, right? I get there like, 2 days later, and then I've got like 2 days of practice, like piss tested, like everything, like, oh my God, like I didn't eat a poppy seed muffin somewhere and I'm fucking like just shitting my pants. Like, what the fuck? What was I doing last week?
Yeah.
Anyways, and like did all kinds of, the local media and stuff made, a big deal of this old bastard getting his first game. Well, it was a feel good story.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Right. And yeah, fucking it finally happened. Like, but I had so much time to think about it. I was like, I was nervous for fuck all, right? I was just shitting my fucking pants the whole time. Finally, okay, get out here, we'll go for warm up. It'll be all cool. Like, fuck, it's another game, dumbass. Just keep her calm. So we start whipping around and warm up, and fucking, I'm, crossing fucking center ice and shit like job. Like, fucking do like I always do, eh?
Yeah.
And Horty Chuck's there, like, I'm gonna fucking rip Horty's head off. Like, this is gonna be great, eh? Horty he like stops at center and is like waiting for me, like, oh, all right, so we'll maybe start this up right now. Go over to him, he's like, Pistol, so happy for you, man. We're all talking about, we're so proud of you. If you need a scrap, I'm here for you. If you don't want to fight, want to play, fucking rights. Don't worry about it. Awesome. Gives you a tap on the shin pads and like fucking jump starts away. And I'm like, what was that?
What the fuck is this?
Like, that's so awesome, but I better start doing some laps, start whipping around, go to stretching on the red line, hanging over the red line. Fucking Chris Mason is there, goaltender, right? I grew up with him here in Red Deer. And Mason's like, Pistol, we're so happy for you. Like, everybody, we're just pumped. Like, this is so great for you. Like, we're all proud of you. And then he gets up and fucks off. I'm like, oh, Jesus. I can't act like a tough guy or I'm going to be crying out here. I better. Jay Weber comes over, taps me on the shin pads as I'm cruising across the red line. Pistol, awesome, buddy. Good to see you. Like, fuck, I don't know you, but that's cool. Right on. No, it was
respect, right? Respect.
Everybody made it so cool, right? Like, they didn't have to give two shits about some old guy have his first game or whatever. It was very, very special. Like, the refs were fucking great about it. The refs stopped me after the game, gave me a puck and stuff just to make sure that, like, I got a little souvenir. I'm like, holy fuck, like, I've done nothing but terrorize you ass my whole life. And, I just choked me up the whole time, right? Like, it was one of the, it was a cool, amazing experience. And, to go that long and then finally get that game, it was awesome. Like, I always thought I could play in the NHL. I played against so many guys, like, whether it's skill wise or toughness wise or whatever, like, saw guys that I played with and against, get to that level. And you always think you can, but until you actually do it, like, you don't know for sure. And I play the game like, fuck, I'm not terrible out here. I'm surely not the fastest guy out here, but I'm not gross. I'm not right. Drew a couple penalties and like actually played pretty good. And like, fuck, I like this. I would really like to do more of this, right?
Yeah,
like,
right.
It was an amazing experience, and one of those things that I makes it special because not very many people have ever had the chance to do it. But it's something I wish more people could just have that feeling of, not just hockey, but fulfilling your dreams and your goal that you work so fucking hard to do, and actually get a taste of it was beyond amazing. And then I know for sure I could play in the NHL, a little bit, but
well deserved for sure, man. I mean, you battled for years, man, and kept battling even after that, after you got that game. But that was cool. I remember when you got that game, it was awesome. Everybody was jacked for you.
Oh yeah, well, that's see, most guys never get a sniff to play one NHL game, but most guys haven't fought and literally battled and fought in their way to play that one NHL game. So like the emotions for you talk about it, like it's almost making me tear up because it's like I know how hard I fought to get out of the Central Hockey League and all these leagues and stuff like that, and that feeling. But it's a grind, man, and people don't realize, and especially in that role, it's something else, So props to you, man.
Yeah, thanks.
I didn't know you were the oldest player to play their first NHL game. Is that still standing?
No, I think I'm like number 3 or 4 somewhere in there. Like, there's a couple of guys like in the 70s and stuff
Oh,
that were a little bit older sort of deal. And well, David Ayers, he's older too.
oh yeah, sure, yeah,
E-Bug, right?
yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him.
But right, like in the top 10, sort of deal. So
Yeah.
it doesn't go up on stupid TSN. Like it's probably not something that everybody wants to have on their resume, but
Hey man, you
Yeah.
got a game like you said, Pistol. How many people dream to just get that one game? Like all Canadian kids, right?
And
All the
every one
kids
of them.
growing up
Every
playing
one of
hockey.
them.
That's your dream. Even kids here, like hockey's grown leaps and bounds over the years here, and it's unfortunately a lot of parents think their kids are going to play in NHL, and they're not. You know how it's probably worse in Canada, but it's funny to me. Like my little guy's just started. He's going to be 7 this summer, and when we went to the 2, he had 2 they call them pre-skates. They're basically tryouts, but the coaches want to see everything. Listening to some of the parents just for a kid's just skating and practicing. It's not even, I'm like, oh my God, I don't know if I can, I'm gonna have to put my headset on and just listen to music because they're crazy. The kids are 6. They're 6 years old, man.
And that's not what any of this is about. Like I coach, every year, like 3 kids hockey teams, right? And 2 girls teams and a boys team, right? In Central Alberta. And there's some good players, but nobody has it. You don't know. And you want to burst bubbles or be a real dick to people, but when they say, oh yeah, this kid's gonna do this, no, they're not. And the reason is because they have no idea the work that it takes. And I'm not talking just, I know because I went through it all, but I have 5 little brothers that all played professional hockey and all played junior hockey.
Yeah.
What we all had to do to get where we're at. And the biggest part was work. Like it doesn't matter your skill, like skill helps, but it's the time and effort, commitment it takes, like, and loving to practice, loving to get better, all that sort of stuff in order to even start thinking about it before you even think about luck and timing and everything else. Like it's a mindset that people don't understand, and you can't understand unless you go through it, right? You pull things and stuff, but and at the end of the day, that's not what any of this is about. Like playing a team sport is to learn all the things that you get from that. Working together as a group, understanding different points of view and different values, and understanding what it takes to work together as a group and work for team goals and being able to do that stuff. Teaching kids that through sport is one of the best lessons we can do. Talk about playing junior, get a scholarship, or playing pro. Like if any of that stuff happens, it's a bonus and it's
big time.
But that's not why you should be getting your kids into anything, right? Oh, they're going to get an education. No, like have some fun and enjoy and learn. Like that's what sport is about, not making money. And once people get that idea through their thick bucket heads, then everybody works out better. Kids have a better time.
100%.
The better you are at it, the more willing you are to work. Like it's a snowball, right? Good things cycle up and shit cycles down. Too many people on the shit cycle down schedule, I think.
Yeah. And the parents are that fault there too, because they're the ones that are planting the seeds with the kids. Right? The kids just want to have fun and play. I want to play the game.
I hang out with my buddies and fucking rip sauce and fucking look at chicks in the stands. Or they don't give a shit. They want to have fun with their buddies. Yeah, that's the way it should be.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
Well, Pete, we appreciate the time, carving out the time to hop on with us. It was nice to reconnect. And the last time I think I saw you was when we fought 0405.
Yeah, I thought you were going to bring that shit up. Why the hell are you wrapping this up before that? Right?
You guys have a little
forgot about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it before we wrap it up. Then.
Because Pistol was in Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot
lockout
about
year.
Oh shit.
Lockout year. Well, that I signed a nice contract there too. I had a big guarantee on my deal with Detroit. This is when I'm going to play my first NHL game. Otherwise, these buggers are going to have to stroke me a big check at the end of the year. And Gary Bettman comes on and shuts things down. What asshole! Like,
what do you do? No,
I'm just going to play in Detroit with frickin' all the big boys. I had a big deal signed. Like this is going to be the best ever. I'm going to play for the Detroit Red Wings, for Christ's sakes. Anyways, so the American League turns into the toughest, best league on the planet overnight.
It did.
Holy shit, what a long year that was. All the meat and potatoes in the world was in the league there.
Yeah, right.
It was such a good league, and so like it was amazing.
I remember
you guys were too, eh? You got to play in all the big buildings and stuff, right? Like it was.
Yeah. That was awesome. And we that was the year we actually won that year.
I know we laid all the groundwork the 3 years before.
That's right. You know what? How true is that too? Just because the team we had the year before the lockout year, we had a good team, man. Like if you look at that, like when that was Chiefs last year, you were still there. We had a good team, man.
Do you remember what happened in playoffs that year?
Did Gregor get hurt?
Gregor, Slaney, Ty, and who else were all sitting as healthy scratches in for the Flyers while we're playing.
That's right. That's what it was. I forgot. Yeah.
We still go 3 rounds. We have like our best players, like, so they wouldn't get hurt playing in the American League. They're all sitting in the stands in the big building.
I forgot about that.
And then we get told what a bunch of shitty guys we are because we lost. So, like, we got our best players. But we did have Karts was there.
Yeah, he came.
Score. And Richie was like, he had his conky or whatever. He didn't play.
Right.
They were kids, and Jeff led our team in scoring.
And he did the next year too, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, when we won, he did the next year as well. Those guys were good.
Oh, yeah. They were good. Yeah. So anyways, fighting everybody in the world in the American League that year. And then we come back into Philly for like, this was my fucking house. This was my barn. Who's going to get it tonight? Oh, fucking Western League. Fuck, he's got all these minutes. Get out there for warm up. Like, holy fuck, look at the size of that bastard. I'm going to grab a hold of him. We had a good little scrap though. As we rolled around, I threw a banana peel out, I think, too.
I think it was the third period. I can't remember, but I remember it was off a face-off, center ice face-off there.
We're both tired after we're playing too much there in the third period.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we had a really tough team too there. Like we had,
Josh Gratton and you.
Gratz. Well, Friggy was there before he cracked his face open there, and Eags. But man,
we had nobody, so I was like, oh, fuck.
You and Booter, yes, but Booter was spot picker.
Thank you very much. So I didn't have to say it. He's a good buddy of mine. I lived with him. Yeah. He was a master at it. Like he was a pretty good player too. Eh? Like he was piss everybody off. I'm like, I'm gonna go fight this guy. Like, what about these 3 other assholes over here?
Big guy.
Okay, I guess I got him.
Well,
get him, pistol.
Yeah, well, it was actually my second NHL fight. My first fight of my full season was against the Islanders, and I lined up with Booter, and I was chopping at his ankles and trying to get him to fight. And then Chris Simon was on the other side of the face-off, and Simon is like, gives her one of these. So then Simon comes and lines up beside me. I'm like, oh, here we go. So
you should have bit Booter by the.
I fight Chris Simon here, first fight of the year.
That's perfect. That's Booter to a T. Like, yeah. Absolute T. Like, I don't know about this. Hey, big boy, you want to come over here and help me out?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, oh man, I want to ease into the season here with maybe an easier fight, but no, there's no easy fights, obviously.
I had so much respect for you there, Riles, fighting all those fucking big boys. Like I saw everybody come through the American League like over that 10, 12 years or whatever, but big boys in the show are big boys in the show for a reason.
Big guys, man. Pistol. The guys used to make fun of me because when Riles would fight, I don't know what I was doing if I thought I was controlling him, but I would be like, someone saw me doing it like, but he's fighting these absolute monsters, and even when like you would fight, obviously I just want you guys to always win and not lose, get hurt, whatever, but. He's fighting George Rock, man. This guy weighs 265 and, Riles is 220 at probably the most that he weighed. And the other guys too, Brash and just all, like you said, Pistol, like all those guys. And I'm just like, I would be like trying to duck punches for him, and the guys kind of caught on. They used to make fun of me because I would like, they'd be like, you all right, Nash? You good? I'm like, yeah, fuck you, man.
You're more anxious than I
boy.
Why weren't you doing that with me too at the same time?
Like, what the hell? You should have been doing it, but oh man. But yeah.
Well, you fought all those mutants, man. I mean, you fought every single one of them. Boogard and Fritzy Cat and whoever else, man. I mean, I think there's more mutants in the minor leagues than there was in the NHL, honestly. I think you probably had...
I was lucky though. Like I was just old enough all those guys, like I had my shit kind of figured right out, and all those guys were still growing into not just their bodies, but into the, how to do the job sort of deal. So I got them before they got shit figured out. Like even like Big Earn and, Bugard, like everybody that came through and was a monster in the NHL. Like they were still figuring it out in the American when I got them, and thank Christ, because I'm not that big either.
Well, you Pistol, I mean, you were to me, I thought you were such a smart fighter too. You fought all those guys. You fought those, like Riley said, you fought those mutants. But you were.
Well, if they hit you, they're gonna fucking kill you. So you got.
Well, you're right though. But you're right. You know, some guys will stand there and just trade. I mean, I always liked you were just a really smart fighter. But I'll never forget. Yeah, I'll never forget. We go into Cincinnati, and everybody's talking about this Josh Gratton, and we called up Les Borsheim, our good buddy Les Borsheim, and he goes with Gratz, and Gratz caught him in one and put him down, but he got up, he was fine. Well, Gratz comes out and Pistol kind of taps him, says, "Come on, kiddo." And you fought him right in front of the bench, and I'll never forget. Gratz was swinging. You know how Riles, I don't have to tell you, you played with Gratz. We all have seen him. Tough guy. But he's throwing for the fences. Pistol's literally like ducking under his one arm. Popping. Gratz's head goes back. Gratz goes with the left. Pistol pop. Boop. And he did that about 10 times. And finally, Gratz is like, "Fuck me, man." The lines would come in, and we're all on the bench going, "Oh my God." Like I don't think he touched Pistol once. And, like I said, he was just swinging, and Pistol was just going pop and popping him. His head was going back. And I was just like, my God, man. And then you go to Grand Rapids, and we end up signing Josh. And
that's right.
He's with the Phantoms the next year. And we saw lots of his toe-to-toes. I don't know, Pistol, how much you know about Josh, but we had him on here as well. That guy would get in a fight and get punched 20 times in the face, go to the box, come out and not have a mark on him. I mean, not a mark.
Oh yeah, it was the.
Riles said one time he finally got cut. It didn't bleed.
Yeah, it was just like this little cut. No blood came out of it. I was like, you get like extra layer of skin there or what?
What the hell's going on? And he used to go ahead. Sorry.
I played with the Schnaut in San Antonio and in Phoenix.
Oh yeah, shit.
Okay, my bad. Yeah. What a beauty. Good man.
Awesome. That nose of his just
it's just a
pistol.
Pistol.
So we called him the Schnaut.
Pistol. We were. I think we said it on the podcast with him. I'll never forget. He had a fight with Dennis Bobby, talking about Bones, our buddy, and they're just trading, both of them. And Josh gets hit. What was it, right? He got hit like 10 times, like right in the face, and his eyes. He's getting hit in the nose, and like you said, his nose. It's like it's slow motion, it's flattening, but his eyes never shut. I said, I've never seen a guy get hit in the nose and their eyes not water or closed. And he comes into the room, and we ran up after the period. We're watching it in Adam Patterson's room there, checking out the video, and he's got it in slow motion. And we're just like, oh my God, like these guys are just throwing bombs, hitting each other. So we go in the room, like, "Good job, Gratz. Like, you all right? Everything good?" He goes, "Oh, you never hit me." I'm like, "What?" I said, "I just watched a fight. He hit you 10 times right in the nose." And he goes, "Pillows, boys, pillows." I'm like, oh, fuck.
You couldn't hurt the Schnaut.
No. The only time I think he got hurt, I think we talked about with him, was the guy in Russia caught him with one, and he actually got him pretty good. I can't remember the guy's name, but he got a hold of him pretty good. But anyway, I forgot. I didn't even realize you played with him. It's amazing, man. All you guys, man. Jesus.
Yeah, we all cross paths and follow each other around, like, just the way it was, right? And then, the later I got, the less and less guys, they were doing it, right? And so many guys that are on that borderline between the American League and the show, right? That, we all followed each other around, and you wind up being, especially through the union stuff and whatnot, and because we did all move around so much, they'd be buddies with so many other guys, right? On every team. Guys that do that job for a living are usually, they're always well liked by their teammates for what they do, but they got to be pretty good guys for the most part. I'm not just saying that pump my own tires.
No, it's the truth. I've said it 100 times.
You got to be a decent person. You got to be a caring person in order to do that. Like any jackass can come in there and do that for a year and try to get where they're going. But if you're not doing it for the right reasons and you're not being a good teammate, well, you're going to get weeded out. Like,
yeah, 100%.
So if you do it for any length of time, like you're probably a decent person, right? So,
Pistol.
Guys like that. So
yeah, and you know, we've said this about a couple other guys too. You play 15 seasons professional, you're doing something right, buddy. I mean, you know,
well, I only played about 3 hours of actual ice time.
Doing the math on it, right?
well, if you only played 3 minutes, how about all the minutes you spent in the box? You know, add those all up. Like I said, you're right. That's awesome.
That's just PR over there bullshitting with the fans and drinking beer and eating pizza in the box, bullshitting with the guys. They're running the clock.
Oh my God. That's great, man.
I wanted to, I know you guys are trying to chase me off here. You guys probably
you're good, man. You're good.
But I wanted to talk about that training shit in the summertime. I don't know if the boys still do that in Philly, like all the stuff with Jimmy that we used to do.
Going to where do they go? West Point or that stuff? Or
you mean what do you mean?
Like I remember signing and coming in there, like talking to Bobby Clark, and Bobby's like, "Yeah, you're going to be here August 1st." I'm like, "August 1st? I still have a summer job. I have things to do. Go hang out in Philly. Oh, you work out and become an athlete." Well, I am an athlete. No, you're not. Well, I wasn't. Go to Jimmy, like we were running track 3 days a week.
Oh yeah, like that stuff. Yeah.
Stuff. And because I was there with all the kids, right? Like all the draft picks and stuff. And I was like 4 years old, right? Like it was my first NHL contract. But yeah, come in here with the kids and work out. Like, you mean work out? Oh God, you don't see the guys I'm fighting? Like I should be about 200 pounds, but I need to be 220. Otherwise, these guys are going to rip my head off and shit down the hole, right? So anyways, we go out there and running track 3 days a week. I figured this out real quick there. Like it was so foggy. We had to and so much humidity there in the summertime, right? Like
awful. It's awful.
Early in the morning before we get too hot, eh? But there's always fog laying on that track. So I just walk out into the middle and there's so much fog I could lay down in the middle of the football field and they wouldn't know I was late. Boys would be doing laps and laps and laps. And Jimmy caught on me quick. He's like, where the fuck are you? I'm here. I'm first place again. Like, just come out of the fog.
Like, come out of the fog.
Like, you're not that fast. So like, what are you talking about? Working out.
How do you know?
And then we did for fitness testing, like that 3 mile bike ride or something. Like you had to do it in X number of minutes or whatever, eh? And I got a hold of the map, where we're supposed to run the night before. So I went and checked her out. I drove in my truck, I went and drove around where it was. So we get on these bikes, we all take off. Everybody just goes flying ahead of me, right? Like, all right, pull over in the side of a little park and I lay down and have a nap for 20 minutes. Yeah, the boys are coming around. They should be here right now. Jump on a bike, wheel out first.
No way.
Like,
wow.
Your time, this isn't right, Pistol. This time is
a little nap in the middle of a fitness thing.
Oh and my God.
And then we did that. I remember the first year we did all of that stuff. We were there for like 8 weeks. And then okay, everybody, all the spots are open. Like everybody's got a chance to make the Flyers, eh? First day, Flyers over here, Phantoms over here. I was here for 8 weeks busting my ass off, and I don't even get a snap, like not even a practice, nothing. Like this is bullshit. So the next year we do this all again the next year, right? And then they bring the guys down from Quebec City to do all the VO2 tests.
Yes.
And so I don't know where I found this out. I was really good at getting around things.
Yeah.
Apparently.
And I said, if you take aspirin, like it'll thin your blood out a little bit or whatever, and you'll test better. Your VO2 max will be better, right? So, okay, well, 1 or 2 aspirins. Why don't I take a whole bottle of aspirin and see how that works, eh? Because they said whoever has the highest VO2 is going to start the year with the Flyers. Like, fucking right. So I eat a bottle of fucking aspirin, just bare aspirin. So we're doing the beep test on the ice, and we got these masks on, like with backpacks, like Darth Vader, and you got to get on each beep, beep, whatever.
The beeps, yeah, the beeps. Yeah.
And then they prick your finger every 2 minutes. They take your blood, check your blood gas and all that. Eh? They poked my finger the first time, and I think my blood hit the roof of it.
Jeez.
And I had like, I don't know, whatever the best was like, is probably, I don't know if it was Rico or who had the best. I can't remember who had the best deal, Desjardins or somebody, right? But theirs was 60, mine was 58. Like I was there and I like quit. I was done like a quarter of the time that the big boys were just going back and forth. And blood is squirting all over the place. Pistol, your VO2 is amazing. You've been working your ass off. Holy shit, I need a smoke. I'm gonna die. Don't take too many aspirins. Jimmy had an investigation and finally found out everybody was banned from taking aspirins after that because it's gonna kill you if you take too many of them.
You took a whole
I still didn't get a game. I didn't cheat hard enough. I didn't get a game
wow.
players because I didn't cheat hard enough. That was anyways. God.
That's pretty good.
You got to adapt, right? If you can't,
that's the truth.
Pure skill, you got to find a way. And that's all I ever did my whole career was just found a way to hang around and be relevant and be part of the mix so you could hang out with the boys and the group and try to win and try to do cool things. Yeah, with all that shit, it sounded like a bunch of idiots for sure, but geez, I sure did enjoy my time in Philly and chance to watch my little brother Jim play his first NHL game with the Fly.
That's right.
See him score his first goal there. All that shit was pretty freaking cool to be part of the organization, but to do it with my little brother that I actually really didn't know that well because he's 5 years younger than me. I was gone to junior and shit and off to pro before he kind of grew up and came into his own. So it was pretty neat to kind of help him out through his first 3 years of pro hockey. And what a great time we had with such a great group of guys and all the staff like nasty. How much fun did we have?
Oh my God.
More fun than us.
Like we said before we started, thank God. Well, there were cell phones, but I don't think there were the videos yet. I don't think, thank the Lord. Maybe. Thank the Lord, because we might have been locked up a couple times. if not, we're PG here, so we can't really get into the funny stuff. But
are we PG with my language?
No, not PG, not PG. But you know what I mean. There's things that people would love to hear about those times. God, we had fun though, Pistol. Yeah, we had so much fun, man. It was awesome.
But it was all in good fun, and nobody got like guys were just having a good time. Whoever wanted to come along was more than welcome, and it was so good. Like those teams were so close because of all those fun times.
That's the truth.
We played our asses off. We played hard. We partied hard. We did. It was that real transition going from old school to new stuff, right?
Yeah.
That was kind of the end of it, and it was fun, and we were tough, right? So we kind of. Tough guys, man. It was cool to operate like that, eh? And not only just being dipshits, but we did, a lot of good stuff for charity and a lot of cool stuff. That, we were all a real big part of that community. That's what the Flyers organization demanded of us. Like we're part of everything. We did so much stuff with the cops and the firefighters and the different stuff with the hospitals around town, and not all stuff because we were told to do. It was just those were fans, and we became great friends. So many Saturday nights in that building afterwards in that pub underneath after people and getting to know the people of Philly and South Jersey. Like that was the deal. Like you were part of that community, and it wasn't like you're separate or too cool to hang out or say hi or take some pictures or bullshit about what's going on in their lives too, right? That was
right. 100%.
They showed up and paid their money, and we're part of their lives and families too. I loved it. I loved being in South Jersey. Was an amazing time in my life for sure.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, man. It was God, it was fun. I was miss those times, man. It's changed a lot. I mean, I miss being there now. I had fun my whole 26 years of doing it, but I miss those times because those teams, they were just so close. And even that next year, Pistol, when you were in Grand Rapids and Riles came in, and we became best friends, and you miss those times, man. Cause like you said, the teams were tough, but they did everything together back then. And it's times are different now. I get it, but God, those were good times, man. They sure were.
Those were the good old days, right?
Yeah, they were, man. They were. Sound old when I say that stuff. The guys, they always make fun of me, but I'm like, man, you have no idea. Like it was
a different animal.
It was a shit show, a controlled shit show,
Yeah.
I guess. But how much fun, and everybody had everyone's backs, man. Even, the equipment guys, Cat, medical, you guys always had our back and took care of us. And it was just fun. It was always fun, man. Like it was never really work, it was great.
No, whether it's shit show, good guys, bad, like just didn't have bad guys. And that's what made it fun.
Yeah.
We had good people like from all over the world too. We had all our, we had the Western Canadian guys, we had American guys, we had guys from all, we had all the Europeans. We had the Czech Mafia there.
Oh my God.
Before we get done, do you remember
Clarky?
When Clarky and Homer come in the room?
I don't know if I ever told Riley that.
Oh my God. I've never been a part of that before or since. We lost 5 or 6, maybe 7 games. Like the world was ending. Like this is the worst thing in the world, right?
Riles, you finish it, Pistol, but I got a name for you. And Riles, you probably have heard about him, Pavel Brendel.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. But I played against him in the Western League. Yeah.
Pav, anything was like
the ultimate scorer in the Western League. Yeah.
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 The worst.
You could have Homer in his face, and he did it that day. He rolled his eyes to Clark. I'm like, oh my God. So I'll let Pistol tell you what happened. It was unbelievable.
So we go on this skid, right? Okay, team meeting first thing in the morning, not skating day, everybody in the room. Like, what? Yeah, Mr. Clark's coming down here to talk to you.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh. Like we dropped a couple, but some of them were close. Like, what the fuck? Right? Yeah, we had Pat Brendel, and like you're saying some of my stats before, played on like 20 fucking teams. The worst teammate I've ever had, Pat Brendel. Most selfish.
He didn't give 2 fucks. He really did.
Bad human. Period. Yeah. Anyways, so we're all sitting there like, oh shit, like this is bad, right? Like Homer and Clarky come in, slams the door, and all right, boys, we've been on a little bit of a skid. There's been some things going on wrong here we don't like.
Pletka, yep.
Pletka, you suck. Get the fuck out of here. And I don't know if you come in there, put all this shit in the fucking shopping cart. We're all sitting there, put all the stuff in. Here's your plane ticket. Get the fuck out of here.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Get some attention right now. Like,
and Riles, he did that, and he says, Pavel, you're on fucking speed dial.
You're on speed dial. Like, whoa. Yeah, he rolls his eyes like, don't do that. He's gonna murder you. Like,
when he rolled his eyes, I was like, oh my God, like something's gonna happen, because I don't know if he rolled him at Clarky or Homer, but it doesn't matter. With Homer standing there, if he rolled him at Clarky, he's probably gonna beat him worse than if he rolled him at him, because that was his. They were so tight. But you're right, Pistol. I forgot about that.
Oh my God.
I'll never forget him saying you're on fucking speed dial.
Then he proceeded to go around the room. Mr. Clark went around the room, each guy one by one, up one side, every fucking terrible thing they've ever done in their life since they were 8, and nothing good. All the way down. Like fucking just destroyed every single person. And we had great guys. They're all good guys. But just tore everybody apart. Me and brother Jim are sitting in the corner, like at the rotation, like, oh fuck. And like the first couple, like, okay, Pletka's out of there, like, holy shit, are you serious? This is big. Players are never played, like yelling and screaming, like, oh my God, like destroying everybody, picking everybody's got something a little bit wrong with their game and like how they look and how they talk, every single thing, just destroying guys. Everybody's sitting there normal to start with, and then they're done. Just this
killed your will, man. Like you're just like,
oh God! But
he made us stand there. He made me and Kat. You guys are in there too, and I'm like, is he gonna bury us too?
Like about half a dozen through, it's starting to get like it's all so true though. So it's fucking funny as shit. Like it's hilarious stuff. Like if you tape record, like it's gold, Jerry. It's gold. All the way around. And he gets to me and Jimmy at the end. And you two fucking dumbass retard sons of you can fight your way out of every fucking situation. You guys are fucking terrible. And then out the door, slams the door, is gone, and we're all sitting there like just shocked, like destroyed. And then as soon as one smile happened, cracks, and it like biggest roaring laugh. Like we laughed for like 20 minutes about it, and then we're imitating him, picking each other apart, like not making fun of him, but like everything he said was so true and so to the core. We won like 15 games in a row.
I was gonna say, he definitely went on a streak.
I told Homer the one year he came in. He was with the Phantoms. It was one of my last years there, but he came in the room. Pistol, you may have still been there actually. And Jesse Bowlerace was with us, and poor Jesse. So were you there with Michelle Picard?
No.
With Gregor? Okay, so you weren't there yet. So anyway, Homer comes in, and the door just comes flying open, like almost hits me. And I'm like straightening the sticks against the wall because we were going on the road. And I've got a stick in my hand, and Homer just grabs it out of my hand, like just jerks it out of my hand. And he comes in the room, and all the boys are like, oh shit. Everybody sits down, and he starts at one end, and he's got the stick and he's pointing it. And it's like, it's just close to everyone's face. The guys are like sitting back. So he's so mad, and he gets to Gregor and Michelle Picard, who they signed Pick because I think Whitey was gone and it's his buddy or something. I can't remember, but they played together in Atlanta in the International Hockey League, and they lit it up. And Pick was an older player, but he was a really good goal scorer. Anyway, he gets to them and he goes, and you two International Hockey League sisters, what the fuck are you two doing? He calls them sisters, and everyone's like trying not to laugh. And Homer's almost laughing now because he knows it was fucking. So he gets, poor guy next is Jesse, poor Jesse. And he had a tough game. And he's like, Jesse, and he's got the stick at him. And he's like thinking of something. He goes, just don't touch the fucking puck again. And he goes to the next guy. And I'm like, oh my God, poor road dog, man. Like, come on, this guy fights for you. Like, and now guys are like, biting her lip. Now Homer, he didn't finish. The only time I ever saw him finish a thing, and I said, "You're getting soft, man. You're fucking soft." Because Chief told a story one time. He came in and he broke a stick like in 4 pieces when he was with the Flyer, when he was coaching the Flyer, and he grabs another stick and he's like, "Got it." And I think it was Doug Crossman was sitting there, and he's like real slowly leaned down and he put his helmet on. He put his helmet on when Homer grabbed the other stick because he didn't want to get hit in the head with the stick. I think it was Doug Crossman. I'm not sure about the player, but he told me he was like, Chief's seeing the guy do it. And he's like trying not to laugh, and he's a kid, like he's young, and he doesn't want Homer to see him. But he's like just reaching down to get that helmet. The guy puts a helmet on. I said, oh my God, I would have died if I saw that. But anyway,
God!
But that was unreal, Pistol. That day, man. It was like, wow, Clarky's coming down, man. It's like,
yeah, that's not good.
That's never good.
Never good. No.
I think what else finished to help that? I think it was the next day or 2 days later. Remember me and Sicky got that chicken and put him in the stalls? That live chicken.
I had never seen that before in my life. I've got pictures of that. I've got pictures of that. The chicken got loose, then you guys caught it. Rigged.
Yeah, where the hell did you get
it? They said if we sacrifice,
we had to sacrifice a chicken, right? Like Major League, eh? Like we're on.
Oh yeah.
Beat up, whatever by
candlesticks make a good gift. Candlesticks.
Exactly right. And so we get this chicken. We went down to a farmer like in South Jersey somewhere, like pulled over, like, fuck, that guy's got chickens. Let's go grab a couple of those, eh? So we grab these chickens, bring them into the room and get, like, I'm always there early anyways, but we get there early and under the stalls, eh? We put it under the stall, somebody, eh? Fucking, I don't know who the hell it was there. It was probably one of the check mafia anyways. They lift their stall up to get something out of the bottom of the stall. Bird comes, it's been trapped in there all day. It just comes flying out of there, feathers flapping everywhere. Scares the shit out of this kid, eh? Like just absolutely terrified. Oh, it was the funniest shit ever, right?
Oh,
I think the boys took it down and threw it in Czech Monix. Same thing, and installed down in the Flyers end, right? Oh fuck.
Oh my God.
Feathers everywhere.
That would scare the shit out of me.
Oh yeah, feathers everywhere. Oh,
just to lighten the mood, right? Eh? Like, guys, let's have some laughs and get this stuff.
I've got pictures of that still.
But anyways,
oh my God.
Well, we got this chicken, we got to get rid of it. Eh? So we, me and Sicky, we butchered the chicken, right? We wrung its neck and took it home and ate the damn thing, right? Right? But there's fucking like animal rights people got wind of this, you know, because all the people and fans and stuff would hang out around the gates there for autographs and stuff, Me and Sicky are out back wringing this chicken's neck. All these people are taking pictures of.
I had never seen that. Well, I didn't know what they're doing. I'm like, what are you guys doing? And he's like, oh, this is what you do on the farm or something. And he start ringing this damn thing. And I'm like, and then all of a sudden they got the head and the damn body's running around. They're like, oh, watch, it'll run. And it damn thing, it didn't have a head on it. And he's holding it. The chicken's running around the parking lot. People are taking pictures. I'm like, what the fuck, man? I have never seen anything like
What's
this.
going on here?
It's just crazy, man.
But like, you know, we ate it. Like
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And everything, right? And cooked it up and ate it, like to exercise the demons, right? The office is getting
fresh as it gets.
Yeah, it was organic, free range.
Yeah. Right.
Oh my God, man.
Oh man, that is classic.
Good.
Can't say I've ever seen that in the locker room, but man,
Oh my God.
that's pretty good.
What a crew, man. What a crew.
Anyways, I've probably eaten up all your guys' time here. Sorry to keep
No, it's been great, man. We went on an extra 45 minutes, man. That's great.
Dude, I haven't seen you so damn long. I've been talking to you for 2 more hours, but
yeah, I know I got to get down there once we get this COVID done. Like my daughter Phoebe, she's down there.
Yeah.
Like she's going to be senior in high school next year, right? So
wow, you're getting old. You're getting old,
man,
bro. You're getting old. Hey, you know, I just turned 40.
Yeah, again.
Okay, maybe 50. But
10 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, no. You're getting old, though, Pistol. She's gonna be 18, man. She's 17, right?
Yep.
She said she's gonna be 18. Oh boy, you got an adult kid coming now. She's gonna be an adult.
That's great.
Hey, you wanna hear something funny? My girls are 23 and 21.
I know that's nuts.
Now,
like
old,
last time
crazy,
I saw them, they're like little girls, right?
I know. They were. They're not anymore. I treat them like they are.
Yeah, I look exactly the same as I did back in 01.
You still look good, baby. You're still looking good.
I was just way ahead. I just looked like I was 50 when I was 20.
Yeah, right. You're a premature ager.
Yeah, it's strategic planning.
Stayed right there, though, man. You're right there, bro.
Consistent, though. You're consistent.
Yeah, that's
for
awesome.
real.
But yeah, like next time we can travel, we're gonna get down there for sure, and we'll see. Catch up with you guys down there.
Get the boys together for sure, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Like me and the wife came down there, and when was that? Probably 3 years ago now. Oh, 2 years ago. PHPA keeps giving me awards every year just so I can come down and tell bullshit stories down.
That's awesome.
So we stopped in Philly on our way down to see my daughter, and then we got together at Litz, and oh my God, like Mandy's my wife now is 10 years younger than me, right? And she met with me when I was playing and stuff like that. So, you know, I tell her stories and stuff, and she's like, "Yeah, right."
Yeah, you don't believe it.
Well, I'm sure she met Neil, and she's like, "Oh my God!"
Yeah.
So we had such a great time, and you know, I hadn't seen Litz in a long time, and the stories started going, and it was so much fun. Like, you know, met his wife there and 2 kids. Like, she was really pregnant there with their youngest at the time, so she's like, "Neil, you go do your thing. I'm going to bed."
Yeah.
Yes, nice to meet you. Pissed off, right? And oh God, we had such a time, and let's fill her in on everything over the year. It was such a great time getting together with that. I can't not have a good time around it.
Well, yeah, exactly. And we had Litz on, like I said, and originally he's like, there's a couple stories, and I know you know more than a couple, but there's a couple that we really wanted to say, and he's like, yeah, I think it'll be okay. Then when it came time, he's like, maybe we should do that.
Yeah,
they're so good though, man. So
you don't want to tell
we have to pull a couple stories, eh?
You want to tell the Albany story? Is that where you're going?
Yeah. I wanted to so bad, man. Oh my God. And he's like, I'm like, dude, you were single at the time. Like, it's no, like, I mean, he's like,
okay.
I know, but we better stay away from it. I'm like, you pussy, you're a pussy, man. I thought you're talking big, you know, but anyway, oh man, Litz, I mean, how many, we all three can sit here and tell Litz stories, but
what a
he's
beautiful human being.
Beautiful human being. Oh man, but seriously, Pistol, thank you so much for joining us, man.
Yeah, man.
We've had you on the radar here. We finally caught up with you. It's awesome, man. We really do appreciate it.
This will be the longest pod we've had.
Yeah.
Hour and 50.
Jesus, that's awesome.
Sorry, guys.
No, that's beautiful. We appreciate it.
We love it, man.
Good stuff here.
And I got 2 hours on you guys. I'm on mountain time here, so yeah. Nasty for like a 65-year-old. It's got to be past your bedtime now.
Hey, listen, you make fun of me. This guy's in bed at 7 every night. Like
7,
I texted
8:30. Give me a break.
Wow, this is a party night for him, Pistol. This guy's you don't know what he's doing right now. He's like
well, he's an athlete. He's an athlete and a professional now, right?
Listen, this guy
started doing that after he's done playing though, right?
He's into yoga, roller skating now. I can't find this guy. I can never find him, and he's in bed at 7. His girls are still up. They're tucking him in. His little daughter, they're tucking him in.
Well, he looks good. Like, fuck, he looks like he's...
Oh, this guy's a machine.
The best shape of my life, man. 185 pounds, man. Soaking wet.
Jeez,
ready to rock.
Crazy. I better get on that.
Stop eating all the shit, man. I was eating double Big Macs before weigh-ins to get to that 220 mark. Remember that, Nast?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, my God. It's the thinking, eh?
Hey, so Pistol, when Rouse got here and everything, we headed off, and he even lived with me for just a little bit, like just for a few weeks and everything. But we would go out. Obviously, we were getting after it a little bit in the summer, and he'd be like, "We're not going to Burger King tonight." Okay, no problem. Oh no, just getting off of 42. Burger King. No, you said no. Fuck, Burger King.
Well, he's fighting all those monsters.
I know.
Yeah,
I know. I
Like,
get it.
That's how I was too, right? Like,
Yeah.
your frame isn't naturally big enough to be doing that, but if you don't, like, you get thrown around like a wet noodle. So
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like-
To thicken up the face and the cheeks so you can absorb a little bit. I was obsessed with being 220 too. I was like, the first couple of years I was like 215 or so. And I was like, oh man, we got to be 220 next year. So like going into training camp, I was like consistently eating Big Macs and Whoppers, double Whoppers with cheese and whatever else it was just to get to that 220. I was like, poor decision.
Oh man. Hey,
then Jimmy giving you shit because your body fat's too high. Like,
Oh yeah.
dude,
Yeah.
you can't win no matter what.
Can't win.
Yeah, right. I'll tell you what, guys, you go out there and fight those mutants. Tell me if you want to
Yeah,
weigh
exactly.
220 or not, man.
Yeah. My
Oh,
skull would
God.
cave in this weight. No protection at all.
Oh my God.
Awesome, guys. Well, shit. Thank you very much. Like, this, it's pretty cool. Like, just listening to the guys you have on here, you got all the fly boys and big boys. So pretty cool to have a schlubby like me on here.
Please.
No,
You
it's
crazy,
great.
Just
man.
get the opportunity to bullshit with you guys is well worth it. I really appreciate it. And I'll get my ass down there as soon as I can to meet up with you guys in person and
Hell yeah.
some.
Well, we'll have come in the shop here and we can throw the video on. We'll do some more, man. It's
Yeah.
no big
Yeah.
deal.
Part 2
Part 2
in the studio.
Right?
in the studio. The studio.
Sweet. Well, it looks professional. Whatever
Yeah.
you're doing, you guys are doing a good job.
Thanks, brother. We appreciate it. It's fun, man.
Yeah. Thanks, Pete.
Cool. Thanks again, guys. That's awesome.
So let's stay in a little bit better touch here, buddy.
Yeah, no shit. My phone works most of the time.
All right.
Pics. Send me some pics.
All right, I will. I got some good ones for you.
That episode was brought to you by Settlemyre Skate Sharpening for all your steel and hockey needs. Nasty's got the steel.
Howie and Nasty have the steel, baby.
Check it out at settlemyrescatesharpening.com and Body Check Wellness. Premium CBD and functional mushroom products for everybody and every body. Want to thank our special guest, Pete Vandermeer. What an awesome dude. What a tough, badass dude. Man, this guy.
I know the people that listen. I hope you listen to him because he is an absolute beauty. He was a gamer, Riles. I don't have to tell you, man. I mean, anyone that does the job that you guys did, and he did it for 15 years, man, and all sorts of leagues, just like yourself. You did the same. You came up and 4,197 total minutes is pretty damn amazing. And God, it's amazing that he can talk.
Yeah, I know,
because
right?
I mean, he's a smart guy. He's doing really well for himself, which is awesome to see. And the people that don't know, when we got on to do the episode, we talked for 30 minutes before we even started, and this was the longest one we had. I mean, just a great guy. Stories forever. We could have just kept going too. It's funny, but great guy, man. Great team guy. When Craig Berube says you're the toughest guy I ever played with, that's saying something about someone. Pound for pound.
No doubt.
So.
Yeah, fearless, absolute gamer, and mean too, right? A lot of times you have like tough guys, like, you know, they're usually the bigger guys that are kind of like the friendly giants and fight kind of whenever they have to. But this guy was like,
oh my God,
gamer. You talk about gamer and just like looking for it and like hard fought minutes. Like there was no easy fight for that guy. He fought the biggest, baddest dudes and did it every single year. I think we said like 5 or 6 years there in the American League, he had over 300 penalty minutes. One year in the Coast, 427 penalty minutes or something, like crazy. Just insane, you know. Obviously there's tens collected in there, but you know, a lot of fighting majors.
A lot. And he, you know, his first year he stepped right into Philadelphia and he didn't disappoint. He had 313 minutes, and you're like, that's a lot of minutes. Well, he comes back second year with 335, and in his last 398, the guy almost had 400 minutes, man. And like you said, there were some big dudes just like you. You both stood in there with guys probably had no business doing it with, but you both did well. And he was just loved by his teammates. And like we said, you know, you don't play that long and on that many teams and have as many buddies as he has if you're not a good teammate, good person, and everything else. And that's him for sure.
Yep, that's the truth. Well, we wish him the best, and hopefully we can reconnect with him once the borders open back up and we can get back to normal. I know he's going to make his way back down this way. So awesome to reconnect with him. Some amazing stories. Funny dude, man.
So funny,
it was our longest pod. So
it was
all the content that he provided for us and you listeners there too. So that wraps up episode 21 of Nasty Knuckles. Be sure to tune in next week for episode 22. And that's about it. Stay safe. Be well. See you next week, folks.
See you, knuckleheads.